And Tropicana gets its roof torn off, Tropicana Stadium that the Tampa Bay Rays play in. And if you look into it, Tropicana orange juice was created in 1947 at the same time the U.S. military did their first ever experiment on a hurricane. You guys can look it up. 1947, first experiment on a hurricane. Bradenton, Florida is where Tropicana orange juice was created. In Bradenton. So you just happen to have Anderson.
I've had non-sexual orgasms within my body, pleasures that I didn't know were possible.
Fuck yeah.
There's another short hat.
You deserve that, wrestler.
It's true. You do this.
It's damn near like a rite of passage in this. Oh my god, it's working.
Mandy says that Dolly grips harder than me. This is fucking unacceptable.
Get cold out, bitch. You don't grip them enough.
I really haven't been grifting hard enough. You guys, I just found out I have cancer.
Bank account transfer?
Start transferring your PP.
You have cancer.
All right, but seriously, donate some fucking money. It's just because I might have cancer and just not know about it.
And to be fair, that is untreated, unknown cancer is the worst type of cancer because it's untreated.
Right,
so I think
and unknown.
For untreated cancer people, get out your wallets, open your wallets, open your heart.
I can't believe I have the worst type of cancer there is. This is tragic. I just need some money to kill me.
God is so good. The stillness is so gentle. The silence is powerful. See, because it's through the silence of our listening and our seeking that God reveals the wisdom. The wisdom is realized in the silence from within you. The silence within you is beyond the mind chatter, behind those gossiping and controlling voices that are always around, whether it's in your ears or around. There's voices and gossip and voices and words that want to control you, want to interrupt your peace, interrupt your silence. You choose what you allow.
You choose what you allow. Welcome to everyone. I just want to let everybody know if you ever want to contact YouTube for instant information, there is a little chat bot that you can do for by the way, little porn bomber in the background. I'm not gonna let you up again, doofus. But if you could click this link, I would appreciate it.
Wait, so did we just got like a little porn bomber in the cup chair right now?
Yeah,
Did you take that video down, privatize it or whatever?
Yeah, I talked to here's the thing, there's this little fucking bot thing that I don't know what it does. It's like Team YouTube or something.
Like a help
yeah,
bot?
And you ask it like what to do in certain situations. And like when it happens, it'll give you like a quick just set what's safe to assumption. And it was like it would be safe to leave the video up because if it does get striked, I can explain to a member what happened. But then it said in order to just to be on the safe side, it's better to turn off the DVR on the stream, and like it's better to turn off the DVR on the stream. That way the bombers can't like rewind and then report you.
Got it.
And then to just redo the stream that way, leave it up, and then edit it out once it's over.
Wow,
so
that was quite an adventure you had.
Yeah, I'm fucking. That's how you know, nigga, we made it.
You're a star now. You're important.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you this much. A lot of people just be like, "Oh, I'm afraid of this thing being a TOS, therefore I'm going to act like it is," and they don't even check. So
Oh no,
at least you check.
because like
There's nothing wrong with caution.
There's nothing wrong with your mom, Chuck.
Nothing. There is nothing wrong with be nice. There is nothing.
You can have her. She was evil.
There's nothing wrong with her. Chuck's mom is innocent.
She was an evil person.
Or maybe you were evil and she just had to put up with you.
Yeah, like when my best friend came over at 10 years old and knocked on the door.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Well, that wasn't me.
That was adorable. I say that all the fucking time on stream.
So edgy, so brave.
You know, if I was in person with some of these people that want to use such worded verbiage, I got a device that gives 6 answers.
So Pax, it's probably like, I guess it's people who know you who are just like, hey, I'm gonna fuck with this guy, and then they do it in the most stupid ways possible.
Well, it's jealousy, and then there's a group out there that's all they do. They think it's funny. It's like when hackers.
I know one or two groups it's from. It's either from Aliens Anonymous or somebody in EB3's group.
Who the fuck is any of those people?
What they don't understand is your boy has some experience in electrical engineering, and for those of you who don't know, they make you do a couple minors in cybersecurity. And if I wanted to be really, if I wanted to be really fucking evil, I could just I could track anybody who comes on panel, but I don't want to do that.
Should definitely say that. That's good OPSEC.
We can track you, Pax. We can see you from space.
Well, that's true.
So,
that's true.
Actually, you know what's funny? I find people we gotta come to a consensus, right? Do we want the convenience of information, knowing who you are, where you are, so that way when you log into your app, and you look for somewhere to go shopping, it knows what's nearest by? Or do we want, uptight security, all this information is segregated, and we have to pretend like not pretend, but we have to protect ourselves and pretend like it's an endlessly bad thing. I think it's a double-edged sword. I think
it is. You're right.
Because we want some convenience, right?
Well, here's my stance on it, right? I feel like we should not have internet anonymity, but legally speaking, it should be treated as internet anonymity, right? We should have to stand by our actions and what we do, because we would have to do that in the public square. Like the people like us who are talking and communicating, we should be able to click on a person who comes up on our panel and have their information, right? As if we were looking at their ID or talking to them in person, if they act like that, right? But legally speaking, like if they say anything, unless it's terrorism or something like that, there should be able to be no repercussions done to them. Like they shouldn't be able to lose their job because of what they say outside of work. They shouldn't be able to be sued unless it's defamation, like unless it's actually something that's against the law.
Wait, losing their job isn't a legal repercussion.
No, but it is a repercussion that shouldn't be allowed to happen, and it should be something that is legally protected. Your job shouldn't be able to fire you for something you do outside of work.
So you want...
It depends on your job and what the job requirements are.
Well, that's usually that's making rules for the minority, like for the outliers. Like the vast majority of work does not require you to do anything.
I think if you're in the natal ward of a hospital and you go online and constantly talk about your desire to have eugenics, people should at least have like a sideways glance at you. And if you have other records that show that like there's more than just one red flag, then that's on you. That's not the internet's fault.
Well, Melanie, that could be used against someone like yourself very easily. Are you okay with that?
How?
Well, gender dysphoria.
No, it can't.
For instance,
my boss knows I have gender dysphoria. It wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, but that
There's
could also. That can make it. That can make your client. That can make clients at your job not want to have anything to do with your business.
Well, I'm not a forward-facing worker in the business. I do things behind the scenes. Doesn't matter.
However, the
Sounds
people
more
you
like
work
people do things behind the scenes to you, but you know.
Yeah,
Be
what I do
nice.
behind closed doors is to protect you from the obscenities known as open sex instead of this closed-minded shit.
with, is this where I take my pants off or what?
No,
No, leave your pants on.
Nigga.
Yeah, you don't want to see the dragon.
Leave your pants on.
Guy talked to him like a fucking dog. Like, no, no.
Chuck's mom
I mean,
broke
it-
the world record for having
but-
to tell him that.
My nickname is Peter Dragon, so
Shut the fuck up.
Chuck's lying. He
can
doesn't
we-
even have pants on.
can we get back to the verbiage issue?
Oh no! What about that war discussion? Because, like,
That's what I'm talking about.
okay, yeah.
You
So
want you want to play semantics with the word veto, which can be used in a broad sense if your mind is big enough to understand it.
your mind is big enough to understand. No, there's just better words for it,
Oh, really?
like diplomatic pressure.
Mel is right there. There can be better words to describe it, but Mel, you don't have to play semantics to the point. We know that Israel.
Nobody
We
in
know that
politics would say you
Israel.
vetoed something through diplomatic.
Yeah,
pressure.
but we're
That's not a thing.
we're not these people. We're people on the internet.
Yeah, you're
talking.
coping. Yeah, they don't have to cope because they're actual
We're-
professionals.
Hoping?
We're literally just niggas hanging out, or as the words of the other panelists, niggers hanging out.
The whole reason the word got brought up is because I pointed out that the State Department said it, which again, those are politicians who should be competent, and nobody else would say that that's a veto. Just Trump sycophants with Trump sycophant syndrome, TSS.
But I don't like.
What?
Mel, are you coping your TDS? Well, I don't think you have TDS. Other people.
I think
Yeah.
your TSS is stronger. than my
Mel has TDS.
I think. Well, it doesn't matter because your TSS is stronger than my TDS.
Well, I don't like Trump. I absolutely despise Trump.
By the way,
as a person, I despise Trump also. His
So the-
policies, though, is another.
very lost right now.
What now?
Another thing TDS stands for is total dissolved solids, like in a solution. And so if there's any chemists in chats, they're probably very lost right now.
Shut the fuck.
I'm a chemist.
Do you know what TSS is? Guess
I think you should be dissolved.
Silence. I'm gonna dissolve you if you keep on.
Chuck, if you know chemistry, then what's TSS? You should know this. Just basic water chemistry shit.
That wasn't the field I was in.
Oh, weird, because water chemistry.
I was using a mass spectrometer to break down gases in order to
You
determine.
don't use the mass spectrometer to break down gases. Use them to analyze gases.
Oh, you got to separate them first before you can analyze them. Dip.
Don't do that with the mass spectrometer.
Shocks.
Yes, you do.
Anyways, TSS stands for total suspended salt. So we're both confusing the chemists with our lingo.
Good. Now back to the war front. This is your up close reporter. Take it away.
Actually, back to the racism front.
Ooh.
County police say that they have it under control. Carrying a flag is not illegal, as you know. What did happen in 1992 was so different from what we're.
So, for those of you who don't know what we're watching When the Americans Began to Hate.
And
this is by Black Pigeon Speaks.
And Black Pigeon Speaks has often, by the way, parroted neo-Nazi talking points. The key point to that being that
what's a neo-Nazi?
Neo-Nazis tend to laugh them out of the room. This is clearly a reframing of the left's rhetoric that it's the right wing who's hateful, bigoted, prejudiced against groups of people because they deem them as lesser than them, whereas political opposition and righteous anger is not the same thing as hate.
Well, I mean, just because you label something hate doesn't make it hate either.
That's right.
I would say that the right wing are also the right wing do have righteous anger at you trying to stake their fucking country and giving away.
Well, it's not being given away or taken. So
We're
that
seeing
wouldn't
now.
be
I mean,
the
Sure.
right
that was a
You know, for the
real
right to say anger, you
real
still
riot.
have to have a high ground that you're actually standing on,
No, there is no the moral high ground is gay. There is no such thing.
like morally or
Again, buddy.
ethically, human rights, equality. Like those are the moral high grounds.
Those things don't exist.
That
Human
is
rights
not.
don't exist. Do you need to eat to survive?
Is it your job to feed me if I'm hungry?
No. Do you? Yes or no? Do you need to eat it to survive?
Absolutely. Hey,
Wait,
Vay, how
hold
are you
on.
doing, buddy?
Important question. This furry guy, I don't actually know your name.
You can call him Mel Cosmic Fox if he wants to be called something else.
Orthodox.
He'll tell
Do you
you.
want a better- Orthodox. Do you want a better society?
Absolutely.
Did you know that a society is one that upholds basic human rights?
And how would you feel if you didn't eat breakfast yesterday?
Awful. So, again, Orthodox, do you understand now why you kind of want basic human rights in order to have a better society? Because when people are able to eat, they're able to do more, and a more productive society is a better.
No, the argument for you and I, bud, are what are the foundational human rights.
So, have you ever heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
I have, and you know what is at the bottom of that triangle of that pyramid?
The food, the eating.
No, big titty goth mommies, dommy mommies. That is at the very bottom.
You don't know what
of
it
that.
is at all. Then you actually don't know what it is at all. So
Breathing is at the bottom. Breathing.
Sure, technically.
That sounds like void.
Some people, since oxygen is everywhere, some people don't consider that to be part of why we have human rights. But from eating up, we do consider that to be justification for human rights. The more fundamental the need, the more fundamental the right. The more someone needs to eat, the more they should have a right to eat. That's the left's position.
Negative.
The more someone needs shelter, the more they should have shelter. Because again, we want to have a better society.
Oh, that's yeah. Only you could say that, right?
That's communism or socialism.
Only somebody with a distorted
Do you like
mind
seeing homeless people on the streets?
would make such an argument.
Do you like seeing homeless people on the
actually
streets?
actually want to steel man this argument,
You
right?
like seeing homeless people on the streets?
Yeah, of course. And you want to talk to me. Yeah.
You do. Okay, so then you don't actually want to.
Mel, now you were allowed to speak. You need to let other people speak.
Well, no, I'm doing lines of questioning. So if you do like seeing homeless people, on the street,
Ortho,
definitely
take
shouldn't.
control.
But if you don't, and you want to see that problem taken care of, you could eliminate them with some sort of like neo-Nazi type style thing. That's like
That's a nice straw man or whatever. See, fallacies are gay. That is just some nice bullshit you spouted right there. Anything you don't like is neo-Nazis.
Realizing people just deserve shelter because they exist and they don't deserve to be punished for existing.
So how do you go about organizing, building, and distributing that shelter?
Well, socialist governments do seem to be a good start.
No. How do you do it? How would you do it? How would you take?
I'm not personally enough to.
No. You gave me a line of questioning that was impossible for an individual to answer. That it would take an organized government to answer. So let's ask you some questions that are impossible for an individual who would need an organization to answer.
Was it really that hard for you to answer my questions?
How would you build and organize and distribute that if you were in power?
Orthodox, my questions were not impossible to answer.
You asked me, do I want a better society? Of course I want a better society. And then you started trying to go down the route of how I would do that. So how would you, let's take shelter, for instance.
So like upholding basic human rights isn't an individual's task. It's a systemic issue. So that's just misguided.
That's just word salad.
Yeah.
Mel, how would you?
How made of individuals, right?
Are you going to continue to ask? Are you going to continue asking misguided questions, Orthodox?
Isn't that what you have been doing, though?
No.
Yeah, you did. You did.
No, I made a pretty.
We're both guilty of that.
I did premise in the form of a Socratic method, and then conclusion, which is that if you want a better society, you want to uphold basic human rights.
So we're looking at Maslow's hierarchy of need, right? Physiological, food, water, warmth, rest, safety, emotional, intellectual security, love and belonging, friendship and sense of connection, esteem, respect, status and recognition, self-actualization, deceiving one's simple.
A CT would say.
No, I'm not CT. I'm not to brag.
No, I'm pretending to be CT. Calm down.
Oh, please be yourself, Mel.
So I know that you at least agree up to the second tier there, where it's emotional security and stuff like that, because you're afraid of immigrants and you want protection from them.
I'm not afraid. See,
Nobody's afraid
that's
of
where that's where y'all leftists throw
Talking
that.
about being taken over and shit. There's obviously a paranoia there.
No, that's a fact. Calling out an invasion for what it is the truth.
It
But
really
no,
is.
I would actually agree with all of this. All of this is necessary on an individual scale, and it can be applied to a societal scale, right?
So Americans had more babies last year than immigrants that came into the country.
Good, that's how it's the fuck supposed to be.
That's how it's been for roughly the past 2 decades.
Mel, I'm sorry. I just got sent a fucking Cash App to kick you for 5 minutes.
Praise God.
W chat.
Mel doesn't mind because Mel likes making the panels they're on money, but I do like talking and sparring with Mel, so y'all fucking ruin it for me. Thanks a lot.
How much was he worth?
It's $1 a minute.
No, how much time did he get?
He wasn't rage baiting good enough. He's got to step up his game.
Hey, so anytime that anybody brings up this immigration being a good thing or a neutral thing, I'd like to point them to the Theodore, what's his Kalergi plan? The Kalergi plan, right? The Kalergi plan was instigated to destroy Western society by immigration, by mass immigration, and we are in the results of that mass immigration now. And it was actually instigated to destroy Western culture. But these people talk about it like it's a good thing. And I'm not saying that immigration is necessarily a bad thing, but the way it's implemented in Western culture these days, that's a true invasion,
Weaponized.
And it's intended so. Yeah.
What's up, Sass?
I'm eating my chicken nuggets. I'll be back.
Nice chicken nuggies. Let's go. All right, we're gonna watch this Black Pigeon Speaks video. I got a timer for when to bring Mel back.
Video after video has shown that these agents are the ones provoking protesters and also making up, aggression by these protesters that later video shows people were not aggressive.
We are having an administration that's targeting peaceful protests, people that are there to protest. The president is sending the National Guard because he doesn't like the scenes. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting.
The unrest is isolated. LA is home to millions of people. Most of them are having a normal day here on Sunday.
You've heard reports that there are riots on the streets of Los Angeles. That is not what's happening across the city of Los Angeles.
Governor Newsom's right. There wasn't anything like a riot happening on Friday, Saturday.
We just witnessed a protester thanking a National Guardsman for his service here in California.
LAPD, by most estimates, had this under control last night.
No, I don't think the National Guard is needed now. Things in LA are calm. There was a protest that got a little unruly late at night.
What is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn?
What is a modern American summer without seeing a city being destroyed via, in one way or another, the greatest strength the nation has? Diversity. On display for all the world to see through the flames and smoke, the vibrant enrichment that makes America the exceptional nation. As we've seen on cue, the legacy media is there to make sure you don't believe your lying eyes, as it's just a bunch of people having a wholesome good time and having fun watching cars burn. However, what's happening in Los Angeles is more than just your usual race riot that ends in billions of dollars in damages, but what I believe is an inflection point where the differing groups within the nation, well, they have now demonstrated that the center can no longer hold. Thus, this is not a video dissecting Democrats, open borders, or the riots themselves. Because what must be understood is that these are but symptoms of a much larger problem that is fast gathering pace and does not bode well for the now hyper diverse and tribalizing United States. I also think that the time has arrived where citizens of all stripes will now have to actually confront the monster that has been created over the past several decades. And more importantly, all of this was predicted by many and follows a pattern that goes all the way back to antiquity. And while the country stands rudderless without purpose or thought, the next stage is inevitable. The season where Americans began to hate. But before we get to these serious matters, a quick word from today's sponsor, a sponsor that can help you create better habits in today's trying times.
Everyone's got bad habits, and sometimes it's not about quitting, it's about finding a better alternative.
Now even openly being condescending to sassy black government with who their allies and economic zone in you cannot
I hear sassy black queen
enhancing the experience of breaking bad habits with a very satisfying substitute.
That was me.
The long prophesized disintegration of the United States into various and mutually hostile tribes is accelerating in tandem with the rapid demographic change of the country. And what is clear is that you do not have a country that does not have borders that are enforced. Even literal insects understand this. And as the United States breaks down into hostile groups within the economic zone that constitutes what used to be the United States, not all are in agreement with who their allies and their competitors are. In fact, the usual suspects, the so-called white allies, well, it would seem that they have transferred their allyship from BLM to the current thing. In fact, these white allies of illegal migrants are now even openly being condescending to sassy black queens that only want to get to work.
How is this a peaceful protest if there's nothing to do? No, it's not. How do y'all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work?
Oh no, not
work. I care so much. So you don't care about stopping black people from going to work? Look at this line.
That guy looks like Sid the Sloth on acid. I'm done.
Well, I mean,
he looks like Shaggy.
Like, there's. I hope the guy who came in and P-bombed to try to say N is he listening? Because I say worse than that. Like, this guy activates my festival response like really hard. The condescending leftist whiny nature. It's like, there's a wall over there. It's really nice. I think you should look at it just for a second. Look at him. Listen.
Yeah, put your teeth on this concrete real quick.
No, it's not. How do y'all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work? Oh no, not work. I care so much. So you don't care about stopping black people from going to work?
Oh no, I'm a trust fund baby and don't have to work. Why don't you just ask your? There you go. It's time to bring Mel back. Thank you, Mel, for being in the back.
So you went to the No Kings protest and fought them all, right?
Yes, I went and I beat up every person at the No Kings protest.
Oh, because you had really tough words for somebody who's not brave enough to actually show up and put your money where your mouth is.
Do you want me to go and assault people at the No Kings protest? Would that make you happy?
I'm just saying.
She really does. She does. She wants to use you as the poster boy of what she hates.
Exactly. It's almost like I'm smarter than that and can just debate you.
Oh, no. You're white, sir. You can't be smarter than her. I mean, she's a transgender fox from another dimension. There's nothing you can do about it.
Mad that you want violence against the protesters. Maybe they're winning.
No, it's not that I want violence against the protesters for what they're protesting about. It's maybe the way that this fucking useless champagne socialist faggot carries himself. I'm a trust fund baby. I'm a trust fund baby, and I never have to work.
How do you know he's a socialist? How do you know he doesn't work? So you're making a lot of assumptions.
No. I'm making an educated guess how on the soft skin baby look Look at this motherfucker. His whole phenotype screams upper fucking class. Never had to do anything. His whole phenotype. His phenotype is what you get. His phenotype is what you get from an upper class who in capitalism and monarchy that never have to do anything.
Sounds like you would know.
I would know because I study history. Look at him.
Oh no, it sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. Because that's what I read from you.
Somebody
Go around
backstage.
trying to trigger people and stuff like that, and while getting triggered by the left's trolling, to me, really speaks to someone who has no real problems in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Failed rage bait.
It should ordinarily be good news. Sorry, I was trying to say something. It should ordinarily be good news when someone says immigrants aren't actually a threat to you, right? You should be like, oh, that's a good thing. I don't have to be
pretty
scared
much
of
like
it
you.
anymore.
People that don't
You
have
want
any
it to be true. You want something to be afraid. You want manufactured problems.
Look at he's got fetal alcohol syndrome. Look at him. This is a bougie ass fucking. I bet you that's his alcoholic mother. Right there, bro.
At least he spends his day not worrying what the fuck Orthodox guy thinks about him. And
No, he spends his way bitching and complaining and stopping middle class and poor people from working to take care of themselves and their
He has
family.
a purpose
It's
in life.
much
You
worse.
don't. He has a purpose in life, and you don't. That's why I think you're really mad.
His purpose is to disconvenience the middle class and the poor and usher in fascism. Thank
it's
God
actually to make the
people
world
like
a better
this
place.
through electric.
You're the one who's
boogaloo
trying to
exist.
usher in fascism.
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes, Ortho. Look at them eyes.
Yeah, I guarantee both in the same frame, so far apart that they're looking in different directions. This man looks both ways down the street. He is colorblind in two directions. This motherfucker sees two rainbows.
Cool. I guarantee you that somebody on my side of the aisle has more prescription. You can check that out with the Kamala v. Trump thing. Than your side does, and that's why we have a better
Kamala.
than you do.
And anyone else here like disturbed by the idea that someone confused about their youth is trying to tell us about
I'm
our
not
future?
confused about my youth. I know very well. What happened. Like, what am I confused about? No, be specific, buddy. Don't just talk shit.
Afro Coon, I gotta ask you a question. You like the black chicks, right?
Yeah, I already said would.
What do you feel about that, Queen?
I already said would.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm not ashamed.
Someone who agrees.
Yeah, no, look at her. She mentioned work. She mentioned work, and the demon is recoiling. I don't know. Hold on.
Hey, that's a bad word.
Let me do a nose
Don't,
check real quick.
Max, don't say slurs on stream.
If that's recoiling, that's what you people do whenever I say something.
Let me do a nose check.
Right?
Nose check.
They said the fellow Serbian.
Very long nose.
That's an odd shape.
That's not a European nose. It's not a black nose. I wonder where that nose is from.
That's Irish.
Like, such a stupid trope. Like, even if they don't work, they still have a point that's better than yours.
He's stopping a black woman from going to work and providing for herself and or her family.
You're not taking up the entire city.
Now, on the riots in particular, what you're going to hear about when listening to talking heads.
You see how you become fragile as you want there to be a problem?
The clashes between
Fragile.
Yeah, like, oh no, I have to go around this protest. Now I'm gonna go
Don't
yell.
bite on that
If you
Are you
impede for my
stupid?
it's not. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Mel, if I wanted my comeback, I'd wipe it off your chin.
undocumented.
There you go.
No, you don't see yourself becoming more fragile.
That's crazy.
Influx of migrants that threatens urban stability and democratic credibility. Anti-ICE protesters in Los Angeles by raising the
I could do the
Mexican flag
same
and
thing with
burning
Tucker Carlson.
it, undermine their cause.
Who the fuck cares about Tucker Carlson?
Powerful, symbolic.
You do.
What year is it?
Is what
What fucking year is it?
You do because you espouse.
What year is it? What year is it now?
You do because
It's the year of our Lord 2025. It's not 2020 anymore. No one gives a fuck about Tucker Carlson.
Clearly do because you espouse.
Not a soul.
Of cities, but in most instances, when they
I don't think even demons in hell give a shit about him.
You proved my point by agreeing with him more, and that's proving you actually do care about
And
him.
these particular riots and the burning
Wow.
of cities, like many times in the past, aided and abetted.
Hex, why do you have a crisis actor in this fucking
While they may look,
He's just trying to start
Oh,
shit
no, I
for
have-
no reason.
Literally just saw a
new
crisis
tribe
actor on the screen. Oh
demanding
no, I have to go
access
around to
to
protest
benefits
and detour. My
from
life is
a
over.
state they are hostile toward.
Come on.
Having no
I'm
connection
calling
to
you
that
a
state
crisis
and
actor.
no
You're
evil.
starting
And
shit
this
just
is a
to
pattern
start
that goes
shit.
all the way back.
Are you trying to be gullible, or are you actually like just
And for
naturally
anyone
like?
paying
If you're
attention,
naturally like
all of
this
this
actually
was
works.
understood before it even began.
Your tranny voice
All
is
the
a
way
little
back
too
in
quiet. You
ancient
should
Greece,
speak up.
in Book 8
Talk
of
to
his
me with your
Republic,
chin up.
Here, let
Plato
me get it
explained
right
that
into your
the more
earballs.
freedom and equality
You
that is
got
to be
quieter
found
as you
in
got close to your
society,
mic.
the more its
Good, good.
members
Yeah,
will
no, I'm gonna
hold
keep doing it
themselves
That's
then.
because he
above.
swallowed it.
Definitely gonna keep doing it.
Thought it was
Yeah.
a cock.
Oikophobia, it's an idea
That's
that I
right.
examined
You can
years
just
ago,
keep
but I
doing
do
it.
now feel
people.
that it needs to be revisited. And it could be
Rubbing
defined as
myself
the
with.
fear or
We've got
hatred
black
towards
women in the
society
fucking
or
movie theater.
civilization, and could be presented as the opposite of xenophobia.
You're the equivalent of somebody who sees an immigrant and yells fire in
The
the
term
movie theater.
derives from the Greek word ikos, meaning
Are you using your imagination again, Mel? You told you that was dangerous.
Well, that's actually that's what
I
strong.
do see an illegal
people
immigrant
do,
yell
is they
fire,
turn
but it's
things
not in
into
a movie
idioms.
theater.
Yeah, it's at the other people standing in the line.
I thought you liked Trump because he was a strong public speaker, but apparently when he uses idioms, you don't even realize he's using them because that's what I just did. But you hate it when leftists do that.
That's okay, because when the left is using idiots, they can't tell they're being used either.
Oh yeah, speaking for yourself. Cool.
meaning home or household. And oikophobia,
that
it
Trump or
should be
Sasquatch?
said, is
Why,
not a euphemism
why is everything you say like a fourth grader tier insult or comeback?
with its current manifestation.
Again,
in
like
the
it.
United
You might be
States,
looking in the mirror if
linked
that's
to
what you
the
just said.
nation's stage.
You know,
of
Mel, in case you
decline.
hadn't realized that everybody's mind is like a bad neighborhood. You shouldn't go there alone.
Oh, I don't care. No, that's what's empowering to me is because when I leave with all your blood on my hands and none of mine on yours, then I know that.
That you're imagining things and dreaming, and you should wake up and apologize.
Okay, again,
man.
if you're saying that, then you might be looking in the mirror.
I'm looking at a cell phone that has
Literally
some.
everything you say is I know I'm not, but what are you? I know
Well,
you
yeah.
are, but what am I type shit.
I do
You
find
like
it ironic how often the things you say actually seem to apply more to you than I could apply them to myself even if I tried. I'd love some constructive feedback, but I don't think you're capable.
That is what we call a lack of self-awareness right here.
see he's doing it again to say I'm doing it when he's doing it. Like this is circular. This is going nowhere. Play the video again if you're not playing it still.
You see how your brain turns off?
Because this is going nowhere. My brain's been off,
Let me
bitch.
explain. As
Yeah.
a
It has
great
not been
power
on the
wanes,
entire time.
internal divisions intensify
explains a lot.
and diverse groups within society.
Thanks, dickhead.
Will they view each other as
the
greater
best you can
threats than
Damn,
external
I'm
enemies?
fucking getting
This
distracted.
shift
Gotta play
occurs
my
because
shitty
the
map game.
absence of a
Yeah, just
unifying
play your
external
game.
threat
I don't want to hear from you
leads
anymore. Okay?
people to seek adversaries within
You're the
their
one who's
own
talking a little too
civilization
much.
to
Yeah,
assert
well,
their
you're the
own
one
sense
that
of
won a dog pile.
superiority,
Quiet reading
a
time.
concept tied to Freud's
Can you only win through a dog
narcissism.
pile? Because if so, that's pretty pathetic.
It's just me and you talking.
Oh, it's just dogpiling you. It's literally just you and a.
Hold up, Mel. You like
It's me, you, and the voices in your head, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yes, Sasquatch. I like the dog pile because when I still win them, I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just funny to me to
It's
see
a
you.
dog pile in the room with us right now.
I'm the equivalent of Goku in your spaces.
You are not black or Mexican. You cannot invoke the word of Goku.
Without being black or Mexican. Now you've lost me, dude. Like I thought he was Japanese.
You don't get it. He doesn't get it.
Japanese.
You wouldn't get it.
But he's Japanese. so
Facts, he
you're-
wouldn't get it.
And you actually wouldn't get it because you're just wrong. He's Japanese.
I think Mexicans and blacks would disagree with you.
I don't think you know that what Japanese is then.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Goku a Saiyan and therefore a freaking alien?
Oh
yes. So
Am I
he's
not an
Mexican.
alien? Wait, am I not an alien?
Yeah. When he came here, he might be an illegal actual alien. We need to
Yeah,
talk.
it's pretty sound logic.
Oh no, people loved having Goku there because
He's an
actually,
illegal alien.
much like if you actually weren't just prejudiced.
He might be, but I'm not going to tell him. You can.
So yeah, people actually liked Goku, even though he was technically an illegal alien, because they improved. He improved their lives. Much like
There was that, and the fact that he could
oh my
kill
god!
them with his bare hands.
One sentence I can finish tonight before you
No,
literally.
not really.
No, yeah.
I'd rather have you not finish the sentence.
Your brain just turns off every
or
time.
even 2
Yeah,
sentences.
we're never finishing this video, are we, Dax?
It's predictable. I could put money on the fact that your brains will turn off before I can finish the sentence and probably make a fucking killing.
Of
Oh, well,
small
not that time,
differences
so there'd
where
be some lessons,
minor
but not-
distinctions
I'd still make
fuel competition. In political terms, oikophobia tends to dominate in left-wing or progressive circles, while right-wing or conservative groups may include non-oikophobes or anti-oikophobic reactionaries. The growing hostility between these factions in the United States, well, it reflects a society past its peak, fixated on internal conflicts, which of course then weaken its cultural, political, and social cohesion. None of this is a paradox, as you might hear in the mainstream media. This clash in the United States, and the wider West for that matter, is manifest within the dominant group within the country, that being European Americans, many of who, with the fall of the Soviet Union and having no external threats, well, they have turned against the core of their own society and believe that by helping deconstruct it, well, that somehow makes them more moral than those that wish to preserve it. And given the rapid demographic transformation of the country, and now the undeniable shift in where the country is headed under the current zeitgeist, I believe that many of those that have for decades believed themselves to be more moral than their fellow countrymen through their hatred of all things American are beginning to reflect upon the harvest of their social discontent. And many, other than the purely ideological zealots, are coming to the understanding that the tribalized America that they helped to create, well, they aren't welcome in any of the external tribes that they have championed for so long, and that these riots are only a precursor to what I believe to be the end of many people's cognitive dissonance. And
he wants people to agree with him so badly. I'm just going to say one sentence and let all of you go. Is that cool? So basically,
really.
You're never going to get past the data and the facts that show that immigration is a net benefit to your country. Plain and simple. Always has been too.
In what regards? Economics? Because like I thought you hated capitalism.
Economics, community, diversity.
Whoa. Yeah, in diversity, yeah, it's a benefit if you believe diversity is a benefit. But we have study after study from your own liberal universities that show that diversity is in fact not a benefit. The more diverse people are, the less they want to work together, the less that they want to unionize.
Your brain turned off, Mel.
They organize.
Yeah, I guess his brain did turn off. So we can show that diversity.
Again, another I know you are, but what am I type thing. Can you say something fucking different than just that shit?
Your name Orthodox?
Please.
Is your name Orthodox?
Please.
Is your name Orthodox?
Say something fucking original. Say something fucking original.
Look, ladies and
if you want
gentlemen,
to insult somebody.
I only paused the video. I only paused the video to say this. Look,
Orthodox.
It might be a bunch of Hispanics on
the
the
screen.
screen.
Thing. We can actually show it.
And show it. Stop talking about it. Pull up some statistics. I pull up your statistics all the time. Pull me up some statistics and we'll go over them. But but anyway, I paused the video to say this. Those might be Hispanics on the screen, but I absolutely endorse this message. All right, I want you to understand. The Anglo menace must be met. And I think Bumpkin might hop up any minute now that I've said that.
So again, if we want immigrants to be in that society,
When
we want to give them social benefits and welfare because we can prove that things like diversity are a net benefit to society, and we don't want them to be a drag on the economy. So making them middle class is the quickest way to do that.
When you make someone middle class and they don't work for social mobility, they become a tax negative.
Hold on. This creature just made an admission of guilt. She wants to prove diversity is a benefit through social programs rather than having the proof she claims to already have.
It's already proof. We don't need further proof.
Oh, so you don't need to prove it through social programs like you just said?
Well, Europe has already been a wonderful experiment with a diverse set of...
That's great.
Are you fucking serious? There's a terrorist attack every other day.
And you have mass shootings every other day.
Not in Poland and not in Hungary.
And you have mass shootings every other day.
Yeah, that's
bro.
weird. Poland and Hungary seem to be pretty good. I like
But
them.
there was
You have mass
no,
shootings
there was a mass shooting in Austria. What's your point?
But you have mass shootings so you're no better, and you have tighter border security, so it doesn't even make a difference.
We also have just as much, if not more, diversity than Europe.
Not really, actually.
Yeah, you're gonna have trouble trying to convince people that America is like the least diverse place on earth, dude. I mean, have you ever seen Nigeria?
It's always been a melting pot in terms of like Europeans. They're diverse in their own right? And many different groups of Europeans.
I mean, not according to the left. There's no such thing as white culture.
In America, like this is a German town, or is at least founded as like a German town. This is a Slovakian town.
No, Lauren.
I mean, like Ellen, Georgia.
all over to the West Coast. It happened until all of the states were created.
Are you happy now? Somebody didn't show their dick this time when the panel was
I'm impressed.
You're peeing on my leg and trying to tell me it's rain.
He's talking about going back to the core principles. The core principles where if they're white, let them in, open those goddamn borders. So I unless the core principle is xenophobia.
Actually, it was a white man of good standing. You know, you couldn't be a white criminal like an Italian.
Like it sounds.
Hey,
damn, dude.
That almost sounds pro-immigration.
I thought you were Irish.
I'm whatever I feel like.
Afro-Coon is like a white blob. He's like, I morph into anything that is European and slightly brown.
True. Some days I get a little frisky and want to be black.
It's very high IQ jokes. So
okay,
better than whatever the fuck you say with the whole I know you are, but what am I type shit. Can you say something different when you do that?
Afro-Can has the pass because he dates black women and black women love Afro-Can, okay?
Have you ever considered this panel is probably more than third or fourth generation?
Have you ever considered that most people on the right, even though they're racist, have more diverse friends groups and more diverse conversations than anybody on the left?
I don't think you answered my question.
That is so true. That is so true.
Is anyone on this panel more than a fourth generation American?
Yes, my family history is on the Civil War or my family name is on the Civil War registry. like on my mom and dad's side.
I choose not to answer that question.
Wait. All of your family members?
The family name, yeah.
But nobody.
On my mom and my dad's side, yeah.
Okay, Mel, got a question. What happens if your family's on both sides? The nobility.
Checkmate, liberal. I'm inbred.
Generations into the future because you don't like the way they fought, or do you carry the nobility of having defended the nation? Which one is carried into the future?
That's not my point. My point.
I know it's not your point. It is. My point is that you do not care about anything except defiling the people against you. That is it.
You're wrong. My point. My point is that you don't have any pure bloodlines that are more that are.
Oh, so you're a racist. You're saying that there has to be pure bloodlines for this to matter.
I'm trying to talk to Orthodox in his language. So so therefore you are
his language.
I think his language is English, so speak that.
Immigration is part of your culture.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Immigration is
Deutsch? Meine Deutsch ist schlecht.
Parlez-vous de la français?
Do you agree or disagree that without any more than third or fourth immigration
Mi casa, su casa.
Immigration, yes or no?
I'm sorry, I was juggling potatoes. Were you ignoring me?
I'm going way back into my mind to remember some Yiddish back when I was a kid and was forced to celebrate Hanukkah. Hold on.
Ooh. Oy vey.
No, not that. Before anybody starts those accusations, no, I'm not Jewish. I had a cousin that converted to Judaism.
Sure. That's okay, Ortho. We believe you.
That the majority
we accept you for what you are.
Is it really hard to wrap your mind around the
This
idea
whole
that
thing has been a facade of self-loathing.
I mean, yeah, like, yeah. Do you know who hates Jews more than anyone else? Other Jews.
Yeah,
That makes
you are
sense because
correct.
they make up a good bit of the fucking far right circles.
Just to be clear, do you not realize that like most of the people who come to America, a heavily non-0%,
What's that song? Come to
like
America.
They actually appreciate what America has to offer, and therefore they seek it.
Was that Neil Diamond, I think?
Hey,
Come to America.
Are you trying to remove the people who like America and want to be Americans?
That has nothing to do with what I said again. I'm asking you, can you not wrap your head around the idea that people who come to
No, I
America...
just don't know what you're saying. I'm trying to ask Ortho a question, and I'm waiting for him to come back.
What's up? What is it?
So are you trying to get rid of immigrants who are coming here legally trying to become Americans?
Am I trying to get rid of them? No. Do I think?
Right. Okay. So are you trying to get rid of immigrants who come here and refuse to assimilate, or possibly criminals?
Absolutely.
So there's a distinction in exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish. There's a goal and a method by which to reach it, and yet some people just refuse to acknowledge it.
You loaded the question.
Okay.
But by the way, I remember it now. Resto idish.
See, you're going to cut off the critical thinking where I'm pointing out that he loaded the question, and that's the only reason that the answer worked. When you
answer the question.
When you say come here illegally, because it actually makes sense that when you have a poor quality of life,
No, if you come here legally, and you say some shit like I'm about to,
I'm still not done. So when you
I
understand,
like to edge all the ladies. It's kind of what I'm into.
When you understand that people
Hard to interrupt you while you interrupt.
So we understand that a certain portion of people have to come here illegally to actually undergo the process properly because they can't have this quality of life necessary to do the process remotely from another country. Then you realize how loaded that question is. There's still
That's a bullshit statement right there.
Illegally and want to be American.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't have to live with her delusions. It's fine.
So you're just going to write it off as delusion, so you don't have to respond to it. Cool.
It is delusion.
I'm not a delusional person who's trying to interrupt a perfectly good stream where we were watching some perfectly good video. I know I don't have to. I'm not responding. I'm instead merely filibustering right over the top of your silliness because I'm
And really, it just shows how delusional you are that you can't wrap your mind around the fact that people who come to America may actually want to be American.
You can't wrap your mind around the fact that every time you hit a panel, it's got to be me.
All right. So let's stop singing Mel's opera. We're gonna finish this video out, and then I'm gonna find the video of the first generation Mexican immigrant that is shouting, "I am not America first. I am a first generation immigrant. I am Mexico first." Then you can fucking go back.
Looking toward the future, there are only a few paths now in front of the nation. One of them is to continue along with the same self-destructive patterns replicated by previous empires and powers, or understanding oikophobia as a pathological response to specific socio-historical conditions. To do so is crucial for addressing oikophobia, and by recognizing it as a product of societal success, and that internal division does not equate independent thought, America and the wider West can then begin to counter its debilitating effects and work toward restoring unity and cultural appreciation. So, what do you think about oikophobia, or the general disintegration of social cohesion in the United States, or answers to address it? Again, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, again, obviously, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, check to see that you are still subscribed. Also, remember to check out the sponsor of today's video, Fume, and their amazing products.
So if you want to talk about disintegration, you have only yourselves to blame because you're the one who's attacking the social fabric that made America a place that could actually handle immigration, because you want to have a scapegoat to blame your problems on.
Indeed.
So what you're trying to say is it's our fault for accepting immigrants. I got you.
Yeah, no, people generally don't like hate mobs. Especially the
Really?
mindless.
Democrats are full of them, bro. They've been unpersoning people off the internet ever since the internet was invented. So where are the hate mobs you speak of?
Stop using clueless buzzwords. Give me an example of quote unquote unpersoning people on the internet. Let's go.
Depends on which side of the hammer you're
I have
on.
a feeling you're clueless about that. So please demonstrate how clueless you are by giving an example so we can unpack it. Oh, damn. I guess we didn't just can't actually live up to what we say.
He's in weed. I'm gonna cough through you. It's okay.
I can take a toke too if you want.
Do it, man. Everybody needs a good toke after listening to your trash. Jesus, monkeys.
I gotta find my pipe again because I can't roll worth fucking. I bought me a fucking dub, and I'm like,
Oh, dude, if I come to see you, I'm going to treat you like one of those. I'm gonna be like one of those Asians on the mountain that you come to train from, and I'm gonna hit you with a fucking stick every time you roll badly.
That's
fucking sensei.
it's actually kind of based.
I'm gonna put your ass on a horse head with some goddamn
Fucking Master of Wu over here.
blood after blood after blood, bitch.
That is so
Play part of a pop
You're gonna be stroking your beard. I'll be fucking trying to roll. And
Beast
not say
Chaperone.
anything.
Wax on, wax off.
So gay. It's very gay.
Not even looking.
Very gay.
Wax on, wax off.
Oh, man,
No.
what the fuck was that for? I heard the paper crinkling
So
the
gay.
wrong way.
Okay.
You must become one with the paper.
Very gay.
Now he's looking.
You must
That was the
be
gayest thing I've heard
the
on this
backwood to roll
Somebody
like the
form
backwood.
So
That's brilliant, dude.
how are you actually breaking records of gayness? How is that possible?
Because you're here.
Oh, well, I'm glad I have such an effect on you.
Yeah, it's the records that are a problem.
And then I take my vape pen out and lay it across your forehead.
Must be all the
Okay, records broken.
It's not the vape pen that Mel wants across her forehead.
So yeah, again, if your brain breaks at the idea that immigrants might actually want to be American, then you're the issue. You're the delusional one.
Don't care. Deport them.
Deport you.
I think we
Yeah,
should
usually-
deport anybody I don't like.
Usually we give people due process because America is a place
No.
of uphold.
No.
We like
No,
Nintendo.
no.
We I thought you
Nah, pass.
Nah.
Okay.
Wrong.
So when that starts getting used against people, you don't have any right to complain.
It's
Unless
already
you're
been
pure
used
blood.
against citizens, and we don't have a right to complain. You're correct.
Actually, yes, you do. You
Mel,
think
Mel.
you honestly
It
think that
sucks
like
to be a white guy in America right now, bro.
do you think that
Yep.
civil
It has
society
for quite a
is
while.
awarded to politicians who don't actually uphold the
Hold
rights
up,
of the
hold up. That's why it's not a white guy anymore. It decided to be a white woman instead. This is why she's able to do the things that she's doing.
Who is
Privilege.
she?
And
Who
do you,
is
don't
she?
you think that civil society is something that like politicians earn by like upholding our rights, stuff like that?
No,
What do you
civil
think happens?
society is men capable of violence agreeing with one another that we should not commit violence and rob and
That's a
steal.
great way to justify having
No, that is factual.
taken away. You
It's a
really hate
fact.
freedom. No, you really hate freedom.
Freedom's gay. Freedom doesn't exist.
Yeah, freedom's not real, man.
Freedom's
for
just
me.
another word. If nothing left to lose.
That's just the
Freedom
cop-out.
is as real as the people in power want it to be.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. As soon as they stop respecting our freedoms, then we need to rise
Already
up.
done.
Been done.
It's already happened.
Been done
Who's gonna
for
rise
a
up?
while.
Here's the
Where's
thing.
the uprising?
Here's the thing,
Oh,
Mel. You don't actually care about rights. You just want to give people free shit, and you want to receive free shit.
Handout. Yep.
That's the more important thing. He doesn't really want to give people free shit. He just wants the free shit and have it in his head. Hey, at least other people also have the free shit.
You're wrong. I actually want to give people a baseline quality
And
of life.
who pays for the free shit?
Well, you're still not listening. I want to give people
Not
a
him.
No, who pays for the free shit?
You just want to talk. You just want to circle jerk each other. So have at it.
You can be.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. We all pay for everyone. That's how it works on this planet.
So again, I want to give people a baseline quality of life, so that way we can mobilize more people into the workforce.
That's so kind
Oh,
of so kind of you.
Is that all you have to say? That's the best you can do?
What's
You
the
have
You
no
give
actual-
people handouts and they get lazy.
You have no
What's
actual
your
argument.
opinion?
So
What's
that's
your
not
opinion
true.
on
Actually,
baseline
people
life?
people who.
So you want the argument. You don't want anybody to agree with you?
Okay, Sasquatch, that's not true. People who are lifted up by the system tend to feel more appreciation for it and feel more committed to participating in society.
You've never lived it. You don't know.
I have actually.
I lived in it. I know what the effects of handouts are.
I'm on disability, bro. It makes
Well,
me
so
wanna
am I.
more.
I don't think cutting your dick off is a disability, though.
No, it's not. They ought to be putting the mental into
I
it.
mean, have
So that's
you
again-
cut your dick off and tried? I bet it is a disability.
You're spurging right now because that's irrelevant. And you're just bringing that up because you're losing the debate.
What debate? Nobody's losing but you.
I've been quietly listening and occasionally calling you retarded in various different ways.
If that's the best you can do, then you're not a threat to me because I can do a lot better than that.
All right,
I could rape the shit out you. So like, yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
TOS, glad I wasn't reframing that.
But you won't because you can clearly only talk shit behind a screen.
See, now you turned him on.
You were darker.
Now you done fucked up.
You were darker skin. I would. Don't worry.
Now you're playing into one of his fantasies.
I can actually get a tan, bitch.
Not good enough. You don't know me.
Just don't make eye
Why do you-
contact.
When have you presented anything that makes me want to get to know you ever? You said you literally.
I could also say the same.
You
Really
have
shut
the
up long
personality.
enough to get to know anybody.
This coming from a confused animal that is a biological species that wants to turn into another biological species.
Instead of hiding behind the word confused, which is a thought terminating cliche, say what I'm actually confused about. Say it.
Everything.
What your biological being.
Oh no!
I
I know
think-
I'm a biological male, Chuck.
I'm trying to
Go
keep
on.
it TOS friendly.
Come on, Chuck. Find
You're
something I'm confused about.
biological male.
No,
I don't
yeah.
care how you slice it, dice it, cut it.
Chuck, I
You
said that
have a
million times.
mental disorder.
Chuck, what am I confused
You
about?
have a mental disorder
Yeah, it's gender dysphoria. What am I confused about?
about what a man and a woman truly is.
No, because I'm like you. You're the one who's confused about the difference between gender and sex. So again, where am I confused?
Gender was created by a pedophile in the 50s, though. So is it really a valid thing?
Literally rewriting history because there were way more sex researchers at the time than John Money.
John Money was the one who coined the term.
Funny how you only focus on the worst people, so that way.
I want-
He was the one who coined the fucking term. Of course, I'm gonna focus on him.
I'll tell you, like I hang around a group of autistic people who have like weird
Mel. When the host is talking, shut your trap.
It's just pure ick factor.
Anyway, I'll bring you up in just a second, Mel.
There you go.
I hang around a bunch of autistic people on the internet who are weirdly historically inclined. So like African and a lot of the group that comes up here of like younger people between like 18 and like 25, if they talk about history, they're not cherry picking. They just are weirdly autistically knowledgeable about the period of time of human history. What's your specialty? Ancient Rome, fucking World War II, and like 1950s?
No. For me, I don't give a shit about ancient Rome. I give a shit about the other things, like the Greeks and shit.
Oh, okay. Like, I know Huss is like fucking Asia and like anything in World War II.
Yeah, it's for me fascist Italy and fucking like the Diadochi, like the successor states to Alexander. And then I know about like John Money, and there's another sexologist that I forget the name of. I can find it, but I don't want to actually search for it because I'd search for very concerning things on my computer. I'm trying to join the military. But
yeah,
I know of two. I know of two sexologists and not great people. Now there might have been other ones in the 50s and 60s that were a little nicer. He can tell me, Mel can tell me about them and give me names so I can look into them. I'm fine with that if he wants to tell me. But he shouldn't just brush away John Money, who coined the term gender, who created the term gender, is more appropriate thing. but I guess coined, and used some really fucked up experiments to kind of prove his thing, which it didn't. I'm not really sure if it proved anything, but he can tell me if he did. You can bring Mel back now. I'm actually kind of interested.
I already did.
Okay.
I didn't mean to leave him as down as long as I did. I just wanted to get him to be quiet when I was trying to talk to you specifically.
Kind of loser behavior.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you overtalk the host, what do you expect?
I mean,
My
he was
show.
talking to me, and I was responding to him. You should have anticipated I'd be responding to him.
Well,
Hey.
my apologies. I'm autistic and wanted to jump in and say my piece.
So I'm very autistic about science and how science works. And one of the thing about science is that we don't just take one person to be the whole basis of everything. That would be incredibly misinformed. Now, when you first do science class, by the way, and this is where you might have been a little bit confused, you do learn about key figures. And that is important to learn about those people. But behind those people are tens, if not hundreds of other researchers who contributed to that work.
So am I wrong to focus on John Money?
Your brain already shut down.
No. You pause for a second. Am I not allowed to talk about John Money, who coined the term gender?
Because you don't
when
actually
you bring
want
up
examples of other people. And no, that's not
Wait,
true.
what is this bullshit? How come this fucking Melanie always got to be talking, dude? Shut the fuck up.
Well, I mean, Mel is a valued guest. All right, first off, Mel is a valued guest on the stream because he brings
Send money. Send money, Melanie. Send money now.
Apparently, I can be kicked off without.
I'm talking to Mel. Though.
Well, no,
I'm talking to
anybody
Mel.
can get kicked off if I'm trying to talk and I have to yell over.
And if you're
you.
feeling pretty fragile that day, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm very tired. I had a rough day yesterday night.
Hey,
so
Mel, go ahead.
Respond to you. It was actually the philosophers and linguists who first proposed that gender and sex might be different things based on how we use pronouns, and it
Like
was
who?
sex researchers who then would cite that in some of their work that led to gender being
Names?
used in the scientific literature. Other sex researchers that existed around John Money's time were William H. Masters, Virginia E. Johnson, Alfred Kinsey, Havelock Ellis, Milton Diamond.
Oh, Kinsey's the guy. Oh no. Kinsey's the guy I'm thinking of, I think.
Are you just gonna act like it's a bad thing without actually saying why? Because again, this is kind of like
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up just so I'm not wrong. Be patient.
It sounds like they're trying to like poison the well and appeal to emotions.
Kinsey filmed sexual acts which included co-workers in the attic of his home. Oh, that's interesting. Where's the children part? Pretty sure he also fucked kids. Kinsey collected sexual material from around the world. Blah blah blah. Pornographic.
So my general point
Kinsey
is that,
wrote about pre-adolescent. I'm not going to
Money
continue
and
reading. You go ahead.
My general point was that while Money and Kinsey were influential, they weren't the only people doing this sort of research, and it wasn't the main field that the idea that gender and sex are different things even came out of. It was just them who were able to apply it to their currently existing research.
Well, why is it that anybody who specifically talks about transgenderism, it seems like the vast majority of those researchers are also fucking using their research to promote their pedophilia? And when I say promote pedophilia, I mean to fuck kids.
Yeah,
that's I'm just no holds barred. I'm gonna ask you.
I think that's a lie.
That's if you cross reference a lot of these sexual researchers from the early 1900s to now, you'll see that a vast majority of them fuck kids and or have sexually explicit material of children.
Sigmund Freud included. Sigmund Freud included, guys.
I mean, when we look at
Freud was extremely deviant.
I mean, when we look at rich people, the same tends to be true too, but that you still support Donald Trump. I will point out.
Who here supports Donald Trump? Actually,
that sounds like
I do. Actually, sorry.
Sounds like
I do. Okay, you do.
Because I've also
I do too.
That's my dude, bro.
Put your pearls to like research that has to do with children and sex. You're like, oh, that's
Can you explain what clutching my pearls is so I can figure out what the clutch?
Not understanding that we need clinicians to actually understand these things so we can have better practices to protect children from certain things.
All right, so this is a we're only going to go 2 hours. We're 1 hour in. I'm trying to only do grift breaks every hour on the hour. This is a Grift break. We're only going to go 2 hours today unless somebody pays to extend the stream. I'm going to go ahead and set that up where y'all can over the next hour if you want an extension. That is $5 for 30 minutes, $10 for an hour with a maximum of 2 hours. You can donate throughout the stream. My link is right there. You can also pay to kick panelists if you want. You can pay to bring panelists back. Even if I get ass mad because they interrupt me and I put them down, if I forget to bring them back up or you want to bring them back up and let them interrupt me, you can bring them back up. Also, you can kick me. I am the same price as any other panelist. So let's go. If you like what we do here, please consider giving us a donation. And for my mods and other people in the chat, if you have a video that you want to watch, because this is a chill stream, if you want to show us, if you want to show and have a watch together, as long as they're not copyrighted, you can either give it to a mod or post it in the Discord if you're in the Discord, and we can watch it. Are you guys?
So yeah, can you provide
Thanks
me
for
evidence
sharing.
that
Thank
Havelock
you.
Ellis ever sexually violated children?
Wait, who is it?
Havelock Ellis, Havelock Ellis.
Okay, let me look it. Let me do a
Well, I
little
was asking
research.
Orthodox because he said
See
he
the
cross-referenced
exception
them.
to the
Well,
rule.
I have the
I was
computer
asking
right here, so I can do it too.
That's
Yeah, it's like you find
I
the
was
one
asking
guy
I have
that
Orthodox.
fingers.
diddle
I know
kids.
how
was
to
asking
read.
Orthodox.
I know how to
I
type.
was asking
Jesus fucking
Orthodox. I was
Christ.
asking
I know how to
Orthodox.
type
I
too.
was asking
We all know how to type.
Orthodox.
We all can do it
I was
together.
asking
Fucking hold
Orthodox.
hands and
Though.
sing Kumbaya
I was
around the
asking
fucking fire.
Orthodox.
Like, Jesus Christ,
I was
shut the
asking
fuck up. I
Orthodox.
don't care if you just
I was
ask him.
asking
I can
Orthodox.
do it too, and
I
I'm
was
going to
asking
do it too. Now
Orthodox.
shut the fuck
I
up
was
so I
asking
can read.
Orthodox.
Quiet reading
I was
time.
asking Orthodox.
Quiet reading time.
I was asking Orthodox. I was asking Orthodox because even though he doesn't seem to know what
Say something
cross-referencing is,
different.
he said he had cross-referenced them with their apparent past, and so I would like him to show that he's.
Well, you
found
name
this
a random fucking
example
Jew, so
technology.
like maybe he didn't know who this was. So let's look at this guy.
Yeah, that would be convenient if all the ones who weren't he just didn't know about.
I mean, that's the thing. You only know about them if they get caught, or they have a, they have a.
And likewise, I get the
And
feeling
Mel points out the exception to the rule, actually, and thereby actually proving the rule, right? You want to point out the exception.
I think
you want to point out the exception when somebody just stated the rule, and now you want to make this exception the rule.
I think you're demonstrating. I think you're demonstrating
the
cognitive
definition
bias.
of insanity.
I think you're demonstrating cognitive bias, specifically confirmation bias, in the
Yeah,
form of every time you hear of a sexologist who's a pedophile, that matters, or PDF, sorry, that matters heavily to you.
Okay.
But every time that you hear about one who's not, you conveniently forget about it.
Okay, but one question: Why does this guy have to talk and research about children masturbating at the age of 3 or 4?
Because that's something we need to understand as clinicians.
Why do we need to?
Why do we need to understand that?
Because first of all, is that healthy for a child to do? Do you know?
From my understanding, no. That
Well,
indicates sexual
it's
abuse.
not necessarily healthy or unhealthy. It just kind of is what it is, but it can lead to unhealthy behaviors because it might sexualize their brain earlier. So we have to give children who are witness doing that at an early age guidance on how to
Do you think that is what might have happened to you?
See, I think if you encounter that
Answer
situation,
the question. Answer the question.
Answer the fucking question, Melanie.
It's a good question, dude. It's a good question, dude. Answer the question.
I didn't hear it because I wasn't talking to him. So I think if you
Yeah,
encounter that
so
situation
let me
in your life,
rephrase it then, because you
I don't
asked me.
care. I'm still going to say what I was going to
Is
say.
that what
before I
happened
answer.
to
Hey,
you?
look, I know Melanie. I know Melanie is a polarizing figure, but let's refrain from personal. Let's refrain from personal attacks.
So, and I'm just gonna finish my response, and then maybe you can try your question. So when I think if you encountered that situation in the wild with your own children, you wouldn't know how to deal with it. You try to shame them out of it, which actually does lead to unhealthy behaviors, by the way. And that's again something we've revealed in the research.
So that is what happened to you. Yeah. Clear.
No, I was
Clear
not
now.
shamed out of it. even though
Unhealthy
some-
behavior. You exposed some unhealthy behavior, dude.
No. Again, I was not shamed for that, and the issue
You
was
probably should have been.
guidance on how to handle my feelings.
You
of
fucking should have been, man.
sexuality on.
Oh my god.
Didn't work.
So many
Whatever guidance
faggots
you
to
were
kick.
given.
So few dollars.
I know these things. That actually means you shouldn't have an opinion on it instead of pretending like you do.
Thank you. I will take the advice.
It is constructive criticism.
I took it as advice.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm being genuine, by the way. It's not sarcasm or anything. I feel like I'm losing credibility by saying it, but just I'm trying to be super clear.
I feel like I'm listening to Michael Jackson right now.
Well, that really shows how your cognitive bias can color your perception of things, doesn't it?
Stop some of these big fucking words. Are we in college right now? Calm down.
Google it.
Yeah, Michael Jackson is an idiot.
Googling shit, dude.
Going to be on open panels. You're going to counter
Good musician though.
You haven't heard before, so you got to get used to this.
Send me words, man. I don't like this.
No, open a dictionary or a thesaurus, whatever.
I don't feel like it. I don't have a dictionary.
Well, then you're not going to be very good at this.
I'm great.
Yeah, that checks out.
I'm
Actually,
great at this, man.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, but let's see if you can actually demonstrate it.
Hey, Mo, quick question. This is unrelated, but do you happen to be from the West Coast, or do all homosexuals just sound like that?
I actually feel like I should have been born in California.
I know where you're from. I can tell where you're from. I know exactly where you're from.
Never a straight answer, is it? Never a straight.
That was a mean answer.
I think he gave an answer. I think he gave.
I'm not
not
on
a
the West
straight
Coast.
answer.
I'm not on the West
Not
Coast.
a gay answer.
Yeah, he did.
In case the answer
No,
was
he did give an
in my
answer.
statement through illocutionary force. I am not on the West Coast. I just feel like
I was
should have.
heavily implying California also.
I
So in
got it.
this
So
one thing, he didn't give a stupid fucking answer.
yeah, and if you understand illocutionary force, by the way, you can sometimes glean an answer.
Okay, now
from-
you sound like a fucking nerd. Calm
You
down.
can actually glean an answer from
Yeah,
something.
calm down.
You can actually glean an answer from something based on what the answer they've given, right? So if
Yeah,
someone
you sound like a fucking nerd now. I gave a
says-
better
if someone
explanation
says,
than you did.
Are you wearing blue?
So it's
If someone
Arkansas.
says,
No personal
You were
attacks.
born in
No
Arkansas,
personal
right?
attacks.
If someone says, "Are you wearing blue?" and they respond not with yes or no, but I am wearing
Mel
red,
comes from
then that's a
Arkansas.
no because they're not wearing blue; they're wearing red.
Here's a question, Melon. You ever been to a furry convention?
No.
Oh, I think you're lying.
Oh, I think you're lying about.
Why would he lie
I'm not
about
lying.
Like pretending that you're a good debater.
Trying to summon
I'm not
bumping.
trying to
Can
debate.
y'all
Smacking
hear
motherfuckers
this?
around, dude.
Well, that's cool.
We do a little Mosley posting. We do a little Mosley posting every once in a while, you know. Just a little Mosley posting as a treat.
Oh
At
shit.
least when I say I'm here for blood, it makes sense because these are also blood sports panels.
Hungry.
So true.
this is a blood sports channel.
That would be gay if it
You
was.
can call it the most formal debate channel ever. That's for goddamn sure.
Is it even? It's not even a debate channel. We were just talking.
We've been
It's
debating
called
this.
Chill. The
Oh,
title
it's
is
just some
Chill.
gay lefty who makes shit debate. Like that's how it works in the internet. Some homosexual lefty makes shit debates when we're just chill talking.
It takes two to tango, buddy. I couldn't do it without you. Okay.
Paid protester.
What did you say?
I said you're a paid protester.
By who?
I did call him a crisis actor earlier.
I was gonna say Afro Kid. That's funny because Afro Kid DM'd me in Discord. He was like, "Why do you have a crisis actor on your panel?" I'm like, the fuck? What do you mean by that?
Funny considering you were watching one on through Black Pigeon Speaks video or
Most
Sad.
leftists are crisis actors.
Well, I don't think you know what that is. If you can't tell, if you literally had one right in front of you, you think I'm the crisis actor.
I don't think you even know what I meant by that.
Yeah, I think I actually know what a crisis actor is, and you're the one who doesn't know what you meant by that because you don't actually know what a crisis actor is.
Yeah, dumbass. Dumb fuck.
I am saying,
Alright,
if you really want me to tell you, I am saying your dumbass is probably being fucking told by PAX, like, hey, just cause a fucking scene, make everyone upset, and people will watch the stream. That's what I'm
Hey,
thinking. That's my
wait. You're messing with my money.
Which
what are
pack?
you doing here?
Which packs? I have to know.
The fat one, right? The fat one who's the host.
I thought you were gonna say that something completely different. First off, fucking with my money, Afro-Coon. All right, Alex Jones, I'm about to sue you for more $1 billion. Look, I'm just saying, we definitely need to go to war. My Lockheed stocks are down. All right,
That's what I'm saying.
see this shit?
So true.
And
My 401 is suffering.
Iran needs to catch it immediately.
So we should have the drafts that way you can keep profit.
We just sent another carrier over to the Red Sea.
But how is that going to affect Raytheon and Lockheed Martin?
When they start firing the cruise missiles, it'll help.
Do we have a drafts to keep your profits going up, Orthodox?
Yes.
Yeah, so fuck American freedoms. Like I said, you just hate American freedoms.
Yeah, fuck American freedoms. We Americans. Here's the thing, though. Doesn't matter right or left. Americans will always say fuck American freedoms for money.
You're more detrimental to American dogma than immigrants could ever be because you literally don't.
Because I tell the truth, isn't it, Mel? It's because I tell the
actually don't care about
ugly truth.
You actually don't care about the core principles of America, like liberty.
What core principles of America?
Legally, if they're here.
You people, all of you people, you leftist swine, and even the fucking fake ass right wing conservatives and evangelical. Hold on, no, shut the fuck up for a second. I'm going on a rant. You fucking people, you leftist swine, and you evangelical cucks have made every principle about American foundational society and taking care of people, taking care of your own fucking people, of being a good fucking person, of following liberty and justice. Y'all have made it about fucking money and profit. And then you sold it to the highest fucking bidder. So what the fuck does it matter?
That's not everybody, bro. I didn't even cash my COVID check. I said.
I asked people to be quiet for a minute. I'm going on a rant. And you guys will come back in a minute. You people have and then on the left, right? That's the boomers and the fucking evangelicals and all that who did that. And then on the fucking left, you want to bring in fucking Hector Gonzalez Monsiencia, and then you want to fucking bring Ling Ling and everybody in here. You want to give away the birthright of the fucking citizens. And then culturally, you want to sit here and have an entire society based around your fucking daughters. But they can't actually be strong women and mothers. No, they have to be whores because weak men need access to pussy. Then you want to fucking destroy masculinity. You want to make the worst masculine traits possible positive. We don't have a fucking country. No, I'm not an American. You're right. I'm not an American. Fuck America.
Welcome,
what
brother.
benefit is there to be an American? We need a new nation. If you want my honest opinion.
If you really want this, you should go get in a position of Trump where you're actually standing in front of a captive audience, because I'm not a captive audience. You got one huge thing wrong. Feminism about equality of the sex is not eliminating masculinity. The reason we're about which traits
there is no sexual
backstage
equality.
me again, you fucking spick motherfucker.
You're so triggered. So mad.
What the fuck, dude?
If I'm going on a rant, I'm gonna backstage anybody because this is my show.
What's it like waking up knowing that you're scared and mad all the time?
Oh no, I don't wake up scared and mad. I woke up really refreshed and relaxed this morning.
You just demonstrated.
Orthodox is funny. I like you. You're funny.
Mel, I want you to understand. I busted one of the best nuts of my life last night, so I woke up really well and refreshed.
You literally just demonstrated how scared and mad you are all the time.
You should eat some steak before you go to bed. That actually makes you feel good waking up.
Now you're just running from it.
What was the name, Ortho?
Like a ribeye steak.
I guess you can't answer, so I must be right.
Oh my God, I'm getting sick of fucking Michael Jackson talking.
Again, isn't it so funny how
her name was Stephanie?
It's weak gaslighting and victim blaming when liberals call you scared and feminists call you scared.
No, he's acting very scared because
he's gay.
About feminism.
Nigga, who's afraid?
So
yeah,
I don't like the outcomes because the outcomes are bad, but I'm not scared of it. It's a challenge to be met and defeated.
It's proof that feminism is not egalitarianism and that it has taken over completely.
Who's like afraid of bumblebees.
Because it's just how women argue.
You won't actually sting them unless
It's how you argue when you can't actually put up, you know?
The reason why I say she.
There's no rationality behind this. It's an irrational fear that you have. I can explain again because everyone was talking over me. But
It's purely factual. You were talking over one person who was talking before you.
Again, it's like a 6-year-old trying to.
I feel like your gay voice is cut through the airwaves. It's not good.
Not to be afraid of bees before they don't
really
care.
cuts
They don't
through.
care that if they just leave it alone, it won't sting them. As soon as they see that bee, they're gonna run. Right? It's an irrational.
It's endless, man.
Like, no matter how much I tell you that you're wrong,
It's pure projection and gaslighting.
Oh,
All of the people who get special treatment in life,
see, like,
and when you point it out, you point out how they're reaping all the rewards of society and sharing none of the benefits. Then they tell you how you think you're special. You're afraid because you're no longer gonna be special, right? Like white guilt and white fear and male tears and all this gay, commie, feminist, faggy bullshit.
And realize how afraid you're acting.
The worst instincts of any fucking human being is to be like these people, like people like Notlos. He's the worst society has to offer, and these people emulate these traits like as if they're fucking virtues too. They say signal the worst traits in humanity to one another, back and forth to one another.
You're dominating the gay voice.
You guys should just fucking be deported. You should all be deported, along with all the El Salvadorians and everybody else with your room temperature fucking IQs should get the fuck out. There'd be so much less traffic. There'd be so much more coffee available at 7-Eleven. Movie ticket theaters will come down in price. It'll be a glorious age of golden Americana again once we deport everybody who thinks like you.
A chicken in every pot.
How afraid does that sound? Do I sound afraid?
What I have to say, yes, because you won't let me finish what I
I
was
just
saying.
realized something, D.
I'm trying to tell you people that you
My
don't
dog
have to be
has-
I'm done now, by the way.
My dog has
Go ahead, Sasquatch.
because he just had his balls
He
removed.
doesn't have to be afraid of a bee. But it doesn't matter if you tell him that if he doesn't fuck with the bee, he won't get stung. As soon as he sees it,
Yeah. We get it. First time we were just trying to ignore.
This nigga's talking about
How many
bees.
times I tell you, you don't have to be afraid of it. You can
Yeah, you can.
If they're illegal, you turn them back. If they don't want to follow the rules to get here the right way, well then I'm sorry. They're lawbreakers.
shows that you are afraid of new information.
Oh, we're afraid. We're so afraid.
Anytime I can,
really am just trying to.
There's nothing new coming out of your mouth. Don't. You're giving yourself way too much credit.
Figure out.
Wait, Voy, what were you saying, Voy?
What I'm about to say is,
Boy.
I will suffocate the speech like anybody else on panel will, because we're fucking sick and tired of this.
I mean, I like Mel. I wish we had more leftists.
Like trying to.
I mean, I like.
Well, you got.
You mean you wish you had?
I didn't even stop talking.
You wish you had a leftist who is capable of having a conversation. That's really.
If you had a leftist that could have a conversation, they would be on the right.
Yeah, then they'd be a moderate. See how that works?
Trying to tell me that you actually do, thus proving that it's irrational. So again, I'm going to try this again. Right?
Yeah.
So, trying to tell you people that you don't have.
What'd
to be
you
afraid.
say earlier, Voy?
Feminism is a gay, sexist
You don't
cancer.
have to be afraid of bees
It,
because if you leave them alone,
it literally ruined a once powerful nation. We watched it happen over the course of our lifetimes. Never mind like studying history or doing some kind of sociology experiment. We actually got to watch the importation of feminine ideals and of the third world country into the United States, turn it into a fucking shithole. Take good paying jobs, turn them to shit. Take good public services and turn them to shit. Take actual contributing citizens and make them into all lazy fucking welfare queens. We watched it happen over the course of a lifetime. Then people like this try to fucking gaslight you and tell you that it's not happening.
What I have to say right now
100%.
All right, real quick. Point of order. Shut the fuck up. Point of order. 30 minutes until the end of the show. Remember, if you want an extension, send in $5 for 30 minutes, $10 for an hour.
So, trying to tell you people that you don't have to be afraid of something is like trying to tell a 6-year-old that they don't have to be afraid
This
of bees.
coming from a cross-dresser who's afraid of the world.
And the bee won't sting them. Yet the fear is pathological. It's irrational, right? So as soon as they see that bee, they're going to run.
No one cares. No one listens to
You're a cross-dresser who's afraid of everything.
I mean, Mel, you're just as much a podium as YouTube is right now.
This dude is afraid of his own penis. That's why we have to hear about how goddamn afraid we are all day now.
Yeah, right?
You have a fear complex of a 6-year-old.
Step on Mel.
Tread
on
that's
Mel.
how you've been
Oh my god.
Your ideas suck.
You're just gullible little sheep, right? So we're gonna try this
Your
again.
ideas suck and they ruined the nation.
You sound really afraid
Exactly.
of it. We're gonna see how many times it takes
Ruined.
for you to get through this without getting
A
triggered.
community's ruined, society's ruined, an economy ruined. Even a once great powerful military is ruined. We don't even have the ability to kick ass anymore because of people like you and your ideology.
You're a pussy. You're a pussy, dude.
I mean, why do you
Here,
think
let's
there's
try
so
this
many homeless in California?
try
Because
this
they can
again.
go out there and get all that
Now
shit for free.
Now Chuck's acting really afraid. That's super cool. So, trying to tell you people that you don't have to be afraid of anything is like trying
Can
to tell
somebody
people
else talk?
that doesn't have to
What do
be
you mean
afraid
by
of
you people?
Leave
What do
them
you mean
alone.
by you people? That seems
Children will still be
derogatory.
afraid of those bees, let me tell you.
That seems a little problematic, sweetie.
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta fix your language.
take you back to the re-education camp, start all over again.
But you don't have to be afraid.
Spurg
Immigrants.
activated.
People like this is why asylums need to be
And that's
opened
what an
again.
irrational fear looks like in the wild.
Thank you,
So
Chuck.
we're gonna
I
try
had
this
forgotten
again.
about that.
Probably for
Nobody
the
can
fifth
hear
time.
anything you're saying, man.
We're gonna try this again.
Nobody
probably for
cares
the
either.
fifth time now. When I try to tell you that you don't have
Total
to be afraid,
gaslighting.
Stop caring
here.
since
Literally
you
like trying to tell a
spoke. We stopped
6-year-old that they
caring.
don't have to be
And when
afraid
you
of
stop
bees.
speaking,
But
you know,
that
that's when
6-year-old
we
will
have
still
joy.
be afraid of bees.
When
Let
you
me tell you.
stop
They're
Yeah.
gonna run. They're gonna see it. Like when I tell you,
Everybody has gay, fag, trans, like, what is
Well,
it?
you know
Fatigue.
what Mel did? Mel took the headphones off so she can't hear, or it can't
We,
hear
we have
anything. And now
we have
like irrational fear.
trans feminism fatigue.
You sound like a coward.
it's a
So,
cross-dresser. I'm sorry, he's a cross-dresser.
That is so funny to me. The goddamn trans feminist.
What I
That
have to
is,
say.
I
Still
mean,
running.
the whole
Still
idea of
running from what I have to say. That's
intersectionality, trying to
incredible how
make a
fast you're running
coalition
from
of
what I have to
different
say.
belief
It
people
really is.
fight
It's
against
really incredible how much you're running from what I have to
It
say.
is amazing
So we're
that,
gonna
that
try this
people fall
again.
for that.
Trying to
I
tell
am
you that you
thoroughly
don't have to be afraid
Your
of
mic is
something
the only
that
one that doesn't work as
you
loud as
don't have to
Mel's,
be afraid of
unfortunately.
bees. That 6-year-old is not going to listen.
Yeah,
to that.
yours
He
is
has
low,
an
Seth.
irrational
Okay,
fear.
I blame
You have an
OG.
irrational fear. It's almost like nobody ever told you anything. You're just
I
going to run
mean,
from
when's
that
the last
fear.
time anybody here on panel
So
went out
when
and
I try to
cut
tell you,
dicks
you don't
off?
have to be
I
afraid
got
of
you.
immigrants.
You're turned up.
Right now,
Went
you
out
want
and what?
information
What
because
cut
you don't
people's
want
dicks
to.
off?
You
I
want
mean,
to be afraid of
who
things
here
because
on
it's
the panel wants to go out and do that?
every time you do this,
Well,
you
yeah, I
prove
just
my
got
point.
back with my
You are
dog from the
afraid
vet, so don't test me,
You're
motherfucker.
running from new facts like the 6-year-old runs from bees.
I actually like my dog. I don't
Hey,
even
I think we gotta take
Understand
Mel to
that
the
if you
vet.
just
He's
leave
getting
the
a little
bees
too
alone,
feral.
the bee won't fucking sting you.
He
So
won't
let's
shut
try
the
this
fuck up.
again.
He might need a
Damn.
little
Tell you
visit
I
to
think
the vet.
I think I touched a nerve, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know.
You don't
I
have
think
to.
it's that vibrator that's going nonstop.
I pulled a string or something. It's been going nonstop.
Well, you
All I had to do was call out the gaslighting. They hate that fucking
You're
shit.
going to run away from it.
That's their number one fucking tool is to fuck you in the ass, lie to you, tell you you're a piece of shit, tell
No
you
one's
you're a
talking about
piece of
fucking
shit,
anyone in the ass.
tell you that you're a piece of shit, that you're stupid, that you're everything about you're sinful at birth. You're afraid. Yep, you're afraid. And there's when you call it out as for what it is, it's just there's nothing there. There's no foundation of thought. It's all just narcissism and abuse.
My first
Abusive
Extreme
language.
narcissism.
Yeah, we've become a society of abusive language, right? Like terminology is like the fucking terminology is the philosophy of the day. Like these terms like white guilt and white fear and male tears.
If they don't fuck with
It's
that
one
bee,
big
they won't
huge
come.
fucking mental jerk off.
That bee,
It was
they're gonna be
silent for a
running.
moment, but
Is that an idea?
somehow
Because
you
rational fears
reignited.
kind of make
Somehow you
reignited
reignited
new
the bell.
information.
I think he has a voice activated vibrator.
Immigration, trying to tell you that you don't have to.
Oh
be afraid
yeah. Afraid? We're not afraid. We're not afraid. We're God-fearing people here. We're not afraid.
Your xenophobic ways. So again, the fears are rational.
I mean, this coming from a country that's going to be Chinese pretty soon. Oh boy, lovely.
Trying to tell you that.
Hey, look, Chuck. At least we're not speaking German. Am I right?
No. We could be.
It's like trying to tell a 6-year-old that he doesn't have to be afraid of bees. It doesn't matter how many times.
I mean, I've never seen anybody go so nonstop. What is it? Meth? Is it meth that causes people to do that?
Yeah, that's
it's gross insecurity.
I tell you that you don't have to be afraid of immigrants.
Is it fear? Is that what you're saying? Fear?
This is pure insecurity.
You're afraid of even hearing that you
Fear
don't
of
need to be
oneself.
See, and again, you're just still running.
You remember how whatever they get with self-loathing with OG a little while ago? This is the same thing, just a different flavor.
Fear, but fear is
It doesn't
so.
matter how much you run. I'm going to outpace you. So trying to tell.
No matter how fast we run, ain't nobody running.
You're running in place, Mel.
Be afraid of bees. It doesn't.
The only
matter.
thing running is your mouth like diarrhea.
I am afraid of bees.
Just leave
What does
it
that have to
alone.
do with anything?
All right, there's a video clip he's going to play. Be quiet, Mel.
All right, everybody, I'm get regained to the stream. This is supposed to be a chill stream, all right? So this is too much debating. So we're gonna watch something funny. This is YouTube. Everyone involved. This is actually a parody. All right, so let's go.
Just once, please.
Now those refugees are strong contributors to society. All right, have you ever had
I
delicious
love it.
milk chocolate? Did they let you beat their refugee?
They look like military age beans, dude.
Did you say Squatch?
It just goes to show it doesn't have to be pretty to taste good.
It's better when it's pretty. Oh, we're talking about the beans. Never mind.
Time stories, which trick them into
Fucking gloves. See how that guy? Only in America do they fucking wear gloves. If that was anywhere else in the world, the filthy animal would have finger fucked it with his raw bare hand. Alright, so there's this guy. We're gonna watch a couple of these. This guy is fucking hilarious. This guy's fucking hilarious.
I love that. We got this. We got this fucking machine. I don't know what it does, but it's a fucking machine.
The gumball one, he spends the whole time talking about the Bolivian marching powder that they're using to make the gumballs.
Oh yeah, no, we'll play that one next. Let me find it in the playlist. I forgot about the fucking gumball one.
I'm sure there's better ones, but I'm unaware of them.
No, there's some of them that are fucking hilarious. He does one on condoms and like rifle, like he does one, the one on the revolver. He's just talking about clapping somebody the whole time.
No, you're not even disagreeing. I took the W, so it must be true.
He's not still talking, is he?
Yeah, it's not going to change.
I don't know.
I hear like a faint little fly in my ear.
My point that you
Somebody's got some background noise, like a TV on or something.
Oh, that's me. I don't even have to ask.
You're not even watching ESPN. I feel betrayed.
Chewing gum. Back to the ancient.
Unless that background noise you hear is the dude you only turned down and didn't mute.
No, it's not. No, I can hear you.
Duale, welcome. What's up, brother? You can.
There's no way you can still hear my fucking TV.
We're doing
my mic is amazing.
We're just doing a hangout channel. We're just doing a hangout for the channel right now. We're covering a little bit of news. We're just big chilling, giving people something to do at the end of the day.
Please.
This is how whites are
was
made.
patented in the U.S. in 1869 by, believe it or not, a dentist. In 1928, another American invented bubblegum.
I love this guy.
A lot happens when an inflation.
So let's see.
Maybe it was Jawbreakers and not Gumballs. Can't remember. There's one of them where homie sits and goes off for a solid 2 minutes about he names everything that you could name except for cocaine.
Cocaine?
Right. Like
Instead of sprinkles, which is a colossal fuck up.
Huh?
He flipped off the camera when he hit the button.
Yeah, because you know when they record these how it's made, it's got to be the most fucking inconvenient bullshit.
It is. It has to be.
Because I remember when we had. Well, I mean, like when we had crews at my warehouse job for our automation department getting interviewed and shit, it was the like, oh my god, they were on our fucking ass.
Yep. I remember I worked at a steel mill when they brought in a film crew to do a documentary thing, and some bitches, we tried to warn them how hot iron is and hot steel is, and they melted their damn cameras.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you because they don't let little babies around dangerous stuff like that, and you act like little babies.
Yellow, brown, bluish brown, and mystery color. Below saying which color sprinkles it's made out of.
We'll watch one more of this guy, and I'll see if I can.
That would be Mel's favorite game.
No, it's the black sprinkles.
You gave it away, Sasquatch, damn it.
So did the black guy.
What's a
His
4th
name
of
was
July
Peter.
celebration without fireworks? Brilliant colors exploding in the air. The oohs and ahs they elicit on the ground. Fireworks are so high-tech these days, it's easy to forget that they're not a modern invention. Assembling explosives into fireworks is the job of a pyromaniac, typically one who lives alone, in a shed, outside of Siberia, away from the government. Even the tiniest spark can set them off. So anti-static gloves are a must. To build a bomb,
Damn it, Tavares.
to build fireworks,
You need to bury that
separate components are
manifesto
created within a shell, which are ignited
only halfway
individually by
done
a
with it,
fuse,
fuck.
creating
You don't have
stagnant
time.
bursts. The pyro lover first glues the main fuse to the bottom of the shell. This glue is blue raspberry flavored, so he also has a snack if he's hungry.
Oh shit.
The center compartments are packed with exploding powder. If you want to make this powder at home, search the phrase "how to make explosives" online.
Yeah,
Use your local school or church, so you'll have directions.
Mel,
You get a knock at the door when you do, trust
The
me.
exploding powder is capped. I suppose if you had to.
No,
you could call this
those
man
boys
a
don't
vending
knock.
machine. Next, a cardboard shock absorber is placed to shield components from one another. Cardboard is one of the most explosive-resistant materials readily available.
What?
It'll take the fuse 1.5 seconds to burn through each compartment, but only fractions of a second to burn through your drunk uncle's fingertips. Gluing the second compartment together is tricky. If it's too tight, it'll stifle the explosion. And if it's too loose, you'll take much longer to come. With the second compartment done, it's time to prepare the first. The case is filled with hundreds of dried stars. Stars are explosives mixed with coloring agents, and they're harvested from the night sky by scientists when everyone goes to bed. The fireboy must handle them gingerly, or they could explode. Originally, this footage featured a different technician whose stars exploded, but we can't feature that on YouTube. Next, he adds comets, another type of exploding decoration. Later on, he'll add asteroids, galaxies, and lightsabers to the compartment. He tops it off with gunpowder. If this were a Japanese firework, the gunpowder would be removed and replaced with the power of friendship. Finally, he glues the remaining compartments together and fills them with more 16,000 injuries per year ingredients. The top shell is glued on as tightly as possible. The more pressure that builds up, the more likely the firework is to quit its job, grow a beard, and move to Seattle. Next, he wraps the fireworks in safety paper. The safety paper has a color-coded label placed on it to indicate the explosives used. Purple label fireworks are strong enough to kill about 2 elephants, or 3 smaller elephants. The lift charge, a bag of concentrated moon rocks, goes at the base to propel the rocket into the air or into your neighbor's window.
All right, but you got to hit it in a bomb to get it to launch. So tried moon rocks.
Boca then wraps this gift to mail to his sister Loca, who lives in Mexico. Later this year, he plans to also make one for his nephew, Coca, who is addicted to Pepsi. Fun fact, fireworks notoriously suffer from strong anxiety. To calm this firework's nerves before ignition, Boca gives him a very large cigarette. If you're looking to make your own homemade fireworks, contact your local police department. They'll have tons of great tips and resources to help you get started. Somewhere in between.
Considering you said that the last one would be the last one, are we officially binge watching?
Yeah, this guy's fucking hilarious, and I like sharing funny stuff. Now, if you guys got funny shit as well in the chat, like, this is how you get a free extension, right? Find funny shit that I like get autism lost into laughing with the homies, and like fucking just send it to me, and we will have fucking hilarity fun. Actually, I need a tolerance break. I need a tolerance break because I do have autism problems where I get bored. I want to show the world some anti-furry action. What is it? I'll play this.
By the way, Orthodox guy, I can't help but notice that the inflection of the guy narrating the video is similar to yours. You know, I don't know what it is, but
oh, it's because we're from the same region of the country.
oh, okay, that makes sense.
They're both white supremacists.
That is also true.
Of course, yeah.
But no, Hugby's not from Georgia, but he is from Missouri, which is like not that far. So it's like the same 6 states. And a lot of us, like the closer you get together to that center, the same inflection and dialectic you have.
Well, you got to remember too, Ortho, that people from the South in certain areas only went, like the people from the area I live in, they went to St. Louis to work in the steel mills, or they went to Michigan, Detroit to work at the car plants. Therefore, they bring the culture from here up there, and then it just continues over the generations.
Human migration within the nation state in modern times is actually something that's very cool. And now we've come full circle. You see Sasquatch in the corner and me, one of the people rolling this.
You're moving too slow, my son. Step it up. My buzz is starting to blow.
Sent me that link, by the way. Yeti also sent me that link. I don't know if I should mention it. I don't know if I should. I don't know. Did y'all see OTW's new video?
Not intentionally.
He's got Flo on a milk carton that says missing. Kind of funny, not gonna
Oh, yeah,
lie.
that's good shit. I haven't seen it, but I like it.
I like the idea too. Yeah.
But here's the problem, and this is a problem that's very common in the YouTube spaces. When y'all talk about this gentleman, you don't mention him by his monetized channel, and I take personal offense to that.
Okay, the powdered dusty. Okay.
It's because both of habit and the fact that the powdered dusty is one of the gayest things you can ask any man to say out loud.
That's why he did it.
Well, I mean, then reap the rewards, which is people not saying your fucking channel name.
Oh, you want me to play some of the Bigfoot Boys stuff?
Oh, it was the personal part that got you, wasn't it, D? No, it's up to you, man. It's funny stuff. You said funny stuff. That's some funny stuff.
I got you. I'll play. Man, it's the human suffering and the sadness that makes it so delicious.
Oh, it's
like it's like conflict diamonds. It's the human pain that makes it valuable.
Next time you
Did you see that glass?
Try to imagine that it was so.
Oh no,
rare.
I can't let this go. Do you see that glass? That glass had tea in it, and there was no ice. What's wrong with these people?
After water.
Oh, they're not from South United States.
So they're not actually people.
Yes.
They come from a Chinga Chang Chang.
All right, so we'll get back. We'll go back to him. But y'all remember the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight? Somebody made like the funniest video I've seen about it.
video is sponsored by NordVPN. Welcome, folks, to the biggest boxing event of the year. Where the only way we can get anyone to watch our dying sport is to pit the world's most hated YouTuber against the shambling and upsetting corpse of Iron Mike Tyson. There's Jake Paul, who promises to donate his proceeds to support his brother's crippling Pokemon card addiction. And there's the man himself, Iron Mike Tyson. You can tell he's been training hard. He's in peak physical. Oh man, you're some goat! What a legend! Hope you're ready to die. I'm a bathe in your fucking blood, Logan. Look at Grandpa go. Just joking. My man's still the goat for real, for real. Respect. Let's make it look convincing. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Mike lands a clean hit on Jake, and it looks like it hurt. Let's see how Jake responds. Oh, Jake's hairline is not like that. I'm gonna bite your fucking dick off, Logan. What's he doing now? No, stop it, Mike! This wasn't in the script! Come on, let me get that little muscle tip.
I feel like all of this is a more realistic version than what happened.
Not gonna like that. Oh, thank God! Get him off me! Oh no! The ref is incapacitated! Now anything goes! Just you and me now, Logan. No rules. No one to save you. I'm Jake! Logan's my brother! My God! It's Jake's brother! WWE superstar and piece of shit Logan Paul! I got you, bro! No, my dick, Mike, please! Was that convincing enough for you, Logan? Yeah, perfect. Okay, now go ahead. Oh, no. Ah, it hurts. Ouchie. He did it! He actually did it! Jake Paul is your winner! Amen.
I feel like that was like a representation of the actual fight.
I feel like I actually got more money out of that pay-per-view now.
Oh God.
I just want to reiterate something I said earlier. My dog has more commitment than the fox because at least he's actually removed his nuts.
That's funny. So have you? So we talk about Warhammer 40K sometimes.
Hold on, let me grab my glasses.
Oh no, not even. This is what I imagine Warhammer on steroids and LSD is.
Oh wait, hold on. Stop. Warhammer's already on every type of steroids not even invented yet, and LSD as a general premise for existence. Now what?
This is on crack. This is what happens when you throw crack into the mixture.
How much Warhammer have you read? I mean, have you actually read Warhammer? Have you checked out what a Primarch does and is?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're basically on every drug never invented whenever they want. It's part of their suit.
True.
That's
So
very
go ahead.
TNG.
Yeah, okay, but still.
Well, I don't know how to explain this then.
Looks like Tel Aviv.
Find the captain. Deliver the message.
How's the interrogation going? Where's the artifact? Message hold. Captain, I don't have long. I can't bear an important message. Turn back on your radio.
Did you turn radios off?
Listen, Bryce. I don't need high command yammering in my ear while I'm trying to find a goddamn artifact.
It's okay, Captain. I just made this. It'll let him speak our tongue.
Based.
Genocide.
Captain, no!
No, I've had enough. I'm gonna genocide bomb the whole planet.
There are 20 billion souls on this planet. While I know it would be kind of sweet to wipe them all out with one bomb, you could use my translator device to interrogate them all first. And find the artifact. Let's ask High Command.
You're right. Thanks, Bryce. Well, I guess I'll turn the radios back on.
Genobomb online. Genobomb online. Oh, good. You turned your radio back on. You're on the wrong planet. Yeah, actually, technically, you're supposed to be on a moon.
All right, if y'all want to watch the rest of this, we can, but I'm gonna move on. If not, that shit is hilarious. I love Space King from fucking Flash Gets. It's a good parody of Warhammer. I'll keep that up just in case y'all want to watch it some more. Oh, where's that?
I want Geno Bomb.
Geno Bomb? Yes.
I want to.
I'm gonna watch this one of this, and then I got a video. They actually make them like mini vlogs. That is fucking beast.
There's a couple of channels out there doing this now. Another one's called Big True.
Lauren posted this video. This is okay. This is what a couple people keep referencing whenever people talk shit on panel.
Scarface, how I'm coming. Let's see how you doing. Guns are up, taking the city's backyard. Loves up to shut up. By the time I'm done, you better.
So I mean, I'm Christopher, 5'8", 175 pounds. Just praise the Lord. I just hope it's a fun fight, man.
Sensei Leo Las. I am 5'11", 185. This is actually my first MMA fight. And
That man's gonna kill that white boy.
you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Showtime's y'all, baby. We here. You ready?
Sure.
You ready? Go back to your corners, baby. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. Let's work. Time, mouthpiece. Okay.
Christian fights like God's on his side.
Right? Oh, nice.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Oh fuck, he's on.
That's not good. Look like God is on his side. Yes, that was a bad decision. You should have went with the throat, dude. You could have took him out. Yeah. Ooh. You almost got that arm bar up. He's gonna be on. He ain't headlock. That should be the end of it. It's not due to a lack of commitment.
They're both taking a break.
He's got his mouthpiece out.
Lauren, I wouldn't say he was what.
Go round.
I mean, yeah, the dude won, but it took him for a run.
Once the EDT headlock drops, it should be over 6 seconds later.
Only kicks. That's it. Yeah. Bro, you can use it, bro.
Are they doing a second round?
You had that choke too. His face was turning purple, bro. Yeah, so I know. You're too high up. You were good. Want some on your face?
Let's work.
Finish that. Elbows to the side.
Well, Lauren, hot, sweaty men are slippery.
Uptown, baby.
Put pressure and touch his head.
They both gassed out, bro.
He's gonna kick low. He's loading up already.
Oh, he's driving. He moved.
Is Israel getting bombed again right now? No, Sam.
That motherfucker got tagged right in the fucking head, man. Holy shit.
He is out.
Shout out to Christian coming in. It's not an easy arena to step into. Props to him. Thanks for Street Beef for giving us the opportunity. And
Not an easy arena. He beat your fucking ass
By Nasty. I hope it's okay.
multiple times.
Any coward can pull a trigger.
That is fucking wild.
Win is a win, but he took a beating. Sorry, what?
Did those dudes actually have a street beef, or did they just fight? Like, did they just have?
Nah.
I got nothing.
Well, the one dude looked like Ryan Reynolds.
All right, what do you, is that Tel Aviv right now, Squatch?
This is Jerusalem. What being bombs?
I don't see any bombs.
I don't either.
Oh, peaceful, nice.
Iran will have a new name soon. Lol. I love how the chat is just like various forms of racial trolling.
I bet you this chat would be hilarious just to sit and watch. What do y'all think about Deltarune chapter? I haven't played it yet. Apparently we missed it. Oh.
All right, we're gonna watch a couple more of these, and I think I'm gonna end it because it's been a good chilling with you guys.
Be a bit of a tongue
didn't
twister.
have a title or
Worcestershire
anything.
sauce, Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce. All of these pronunciations are acceptable, as are the endless ways to use this condiment.
No.
From flavoring beef recipes and salad dressings to joining tomato juice and vodka in a Bloody Mary. In the early 1800s, an English pervert in the county of Worcester hired two local chemists, Wambaster Lee and Slamjekyll Perrins, to duplicate sauce he had tasted while traveling in the Mariana Trench. The resulting concoction sucked ass, so they relegated it to the cellar. Years later, they came across it during a cellar cleanup and gave it another taste. Not surprisingly, the sauce still tasted awful. But thanks to the power of marketing and brand recognition, Worcester sauce is still consumed around the world. The specifics of the recipe are a secret, including these secret onions that start out the process. The onions are pickled in a secret liquid, which may secretly be edible. Other barrels contain anchovies, because
I
God
knew it.
abandoned us. Additional
That's the umami flavor.
Worcestershire sauce includes salt, liquid, yucky liquid, very yucky liquid, even yuckier liquid, and barbecue pulled pork. Workers pour the ingredients into gigantic blending tanks. As you can tell by their enthusiasm, the workers absolutely love this part of the job. They can barely contain their excitement when they finally get to shovel globs of fermented fish guts into a massive slop hole.
And they have to make a mess by pouring it over those bars, my guess, so that human beings can't fall in there.
Yes.
Proportions to make warm crisp sauce are top secret, but FTC regulations inform us that it just barely reaches qualifications to be called a sauce and not a slurry. Now the pickled onions and garlic, as opposed to the garlic pickle flavored onions. Blue food grade pure dried vacuum salt is then added. Ah, it seems the salt is white, and I have been tricked. Next, they pump the Wambaster sauce into maturation tanks. Inside, the sauce is taught important things to help it become an adult, such as how to properly apply a condom and why the hell whales are so big. Employees regularly check to make sure that the sauce hasn't run away from home.
I wonder what he's looking for, like it to be a certain color.
In the next phase, the worm crusher sauce is pasteurized.
You're welcome for that video, by the way, for those of you who just started eating.
And then moves on to, you guessed it, the filling machine! Yay! If you bet that this episode would feature a filling machine, please collect your winnings at the front desk. Congratulations! Then it's on to the capping machine. It doesn't really do much after the filling machine, you know? It's a tough act to follow. Still the capping machine. Yeah! Woo! Capping machine! After being additionally filled with soapy water, the Wim Trubisher sauce moves on to the Kronos Canmatic, which has the most embarrassing name in the history of machines, because these are bottles, not cans. The bottles then pass over a brush of spider webs, ensuring at least one spider goes into every batch. Then, depending on how much of an alcoholic you are, the machine packages the bottles in sets of 2 or 200. The bottles are given a ride on a forklift to give them one last pleasure in life before retail. And that's how watermelon sauce is made. It's a staple food for people all over the world. Smothered in butter and jelly, or dipped in gravy, it's a delicious treat that's hard to resist.
Pussy?
And we're willing to bet you can't resist the opportunity to find out what goes into the making of your daily bread. Multigrain bread is made from several ingredients, such as flaxseed, buckwheat, soy, and multigrain bread. This protective grill prevents any ingredients from crawling back up the container to escape their fate. The recipe calls for 1/2 ton of flour, which is locked inside with the other mix-ins, forcing them to become friends as bread or die as a burned pile. We begin by finding the best carb coffin that we can for our bread. These giant troughs are the perfect place for the dough to rise and to pay respect to the loaves that have fallen before us. The dough rising normally takes hours, but thanks to television magic, only takes seconds. I wish I could have done the same thing with my divorce proceedings. This huge mixer needs the dough.
Notice no one actually laughed at that.
It was sad.
When the dough finally gets super goopy, an officially mustached man scoops the dough into a large tub. The dough is afraid of heights and urinates on itself just a little bit as it's dumped onto a slide. Then it's on to the batter bitch slapper. 2 bitch slapping arms form 2 lines of dough while simultaneously teaching the dough its place. The dough pieces are then rolled into balls, the familiar shape of bread. Everyone loves to use the common phrase, "Hey, pass me a ball of bread, why don't you?" The dough balls are sprinkled with powdered anime to infuse them with optimism before they're whipped by a drawbridge stolen from the Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Anybody know where I can get some of that powdered anime? I'm asking for a friend.
Then the bread is flattened into pancakes because our editor screwed up with our footage again. The dough is then rolled to teach it a valuable skill in case an enemy sniper opens fire. The dough is rolled to the perfect size to fit into these molds that are shaped to the exact size of exactly rolled out dough. Here we see them making bread for kids' meals. These smaller portions of carbs will be shipped out to fast food restaurants around the country for use in their kids' meals. If a loose nut or bolt lands in the batch, it will ship with toy included. These machines were originally created for a German metal band's music video from the mid-2000s. Meanwhile, these hot dog rolls are being spanked. It's not that they were naughty, they just paid extra for this. The hot dog pieces must not touch one another, so Wolverine from the X-Men helps in separating them. Well, that was weird. Back to the multi-grain bread. Somehow, perhaps through magic, the dough rises to fill the entire mold. Then the dough is baked at 420 degrees for about weed joke minutes. A vacuum system gives the loaves a good sucking, and then they're placed into a large conveyor where they're sucked off. Bread traffic is then directed across the bread highway, which has notoriously awful traffic because of all the bread tourists and loaves of bread driving like they're the most important loaf of bread on the road. Then it's on to the slicer, which is the best thing since... I feel like I had a good analogy for this.
About being the best bread on the road.
Best thing since it's the best thing since bread that you don't need to slice yourself. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Sliced loaves are now packaged and ready to hit store shelves. Just in time for you to go to the store and realize they've already sold out of that specific kind of bread you like.
The revolver one is...
In the American Wild...
Should we watch the revolver one, or should we watch something else? You want to do ice cream, gold, or the revolver?
Revolver.
Want to watch the revolver? All right.
In the American Wild West, the gun ruled, and that gun was usually a 6-shooter revolver. Today, replicas of those revolvers can take you back to Dodge.
Stop. Look what I just found. Oh my God. Hold on. Bring up my little window down here. Look what I just found. You just asked me if I'd seen that video. Guess who's back?
Yeah. Oh, when he goes live, I'm gonna raid us over there. Hold on 1 second. I gotta take a call from family.
In competitions. It's a chance to engage in a little old-fashioned gunslinging, for old time's sake. Used here to demonstrate the proper way to fire a gun, the 1873 Colt was carried by the likes of Jesse James. They start these revolvers by shaping the gun's frame. We won't be showing you how this part is made because we have to edit it out for time. A computerized blade carves the cylinder. If a cylinder comes out to be dimensionally perfect, it is hoisted up as the king of cylinders. A technician uses their most precise and advanced techniques to file down the pieces so they'll fit together perfectly. Hitting them with a tiny hammer is one of the industry's best trade secrets. Once the technician confirms the gun's potential historical value, he ruins it by engraving his gamer tag on the frame as well as stamping his streaming URL on the barrel. To add a bit of flourish, an artist engraves the gun, which provides no tactical advantage whatsoever. Another worker delicately lowers the parts into a vat of molten salts, but upon hearing that his pension plan has been cut, he slams the parts into a vat of cold water and storms out of the factory. As you can see, the metal parts are now tarnished and ruined, but the factory has a quota to make, so they continue production. Now it's time to install the cylinder that holds the cartridges. Little known fact, these cylinders are made of pure zebra teeth, which are known for their combination of durability and flexibility. Most revolvers hold 6 shots, which is more than enough to kill anything that moves. A worker then tests that the alignment of all the gun parts is correct, using a special rod that also helps him try to alleviate his sexual frustration. He tightens the barrel to the gun frame, and then jams a stick all up in there because, I don't know, whatever. The technician reenacts his favorite high school fantasies, and then installs the hammer, trigger, and ammunition ejection rod. He installs a spring to give the gun its cocking action, and then tests it using a Special Forces-style tactical cocking action. Another spring is attached to the grip, which transfers energy to the hammer for it to fire. Before this spring was implemented in modern gun design, cowboys fired their guns by whacking the back of the grip as hard as they could. Then it's off to a government testing facility, where the gun is test-fired behind bulletproof glass. You can't see it very well in this shot, but on the other side of that hole are hundreds of communist revolutionaries. This revolver is now ready for its target market, people who have about 30 other guns already. Diamonds are a flash of brilliance from Mother Nature. Formed in the Earth's crust by intense heat and pressure, they're prized for their crystalline beauty. But now, Mother Nature has some serious competition, because gem-quality diamonds are actually being grown in laboratories. Diamonds grown in labs are very shiny, except the ones that aren't. Lower-grade diamonds, also known as rocks, are often grown for industrial use, and look incredibly shiny compared to a number 2 pencil. It all starts with a robotic laser, which slices chunks off the end of ordinary hex nuts. The intense heat and slicing power creates small diamond wafers. The diamond is intensely hot from the laser, so it blackens a bit. Workers place the diamond wafer onto a metal block, and thermal paste is added to help cool it down to a stable temperature. After brushing the thermal paste on using proper amounts and application, the block is screwed onto a threaded arm and brought into a game of industrial hungry hippos. Weights are applied to make sure no one pussies out mid-game. The winner of the game is polished into being crystal clear, and is now ready for a steampunk wannabe to create the world's most expensive waffle. From there, the diamond slivers are placed onto a metal slab in a specific pattern, and locked inside an interrogation room. The diamond wafers are then shown photos of unsolved cold cases from around the world, and are bombarded by many leading questions. This causes the diamonds to change shape from the intense heat and pressure. After just 2 weeks, the diamond slivers become a miraculous pile of worthless rocks. In a desperate bid to fix their mistake, the factory dabs superglue on the end of a shiny steel rod and then affixes the ruined diamond to it, hoping this will confuse buyers into thinking it's one giant diamond. Since no one on Earth is possibly that stupid, the diamond failure is put back into the laser capsule to be destroyed. Through sheer dumb luck, the laser destruction process exposes a near-flawless gem hidden beneath. A technician readies a gun on the hidden diamond in case this act goes against the will of God. After deeming it safe, the diamond rock is set on a polishing wheel to give it its classic diamond shape, wasting a good 30% of the diamond. And after just a couple weeks, a man-made diamond is ready to be sold to people who, like Neanderthals, think a very shiny rock is actually worth something. Ooga, booga, booga. Those three little pigs knew what they were doing when they built that brick house. Not only are bricks wolf-proof, they're also fireproof, weatherproof, and pest-resistant. No wonder they're one of the world's oldest building materials. Bricks are often made of shale, a lightweight rock that's made from bricks. Quarry machines dig into the earth to find brick that they can grind down into shale for use in brickmaking. The shale is exposed to the elements and given a cold shower to weaken it for processing. A big stone wheel grinds the shale into powdered brick, or prick for short. The powder goes to the milling station, which mixes it with liquefied brick and vaporized brick particles in the air to make sure the resulting brick paste is as bricky as a brick can get. Then, through an extruder, the brick paste is forced to conform to a rigid rectangular shape. The crusty top layer is shaved off and presented by the employee with the most immaculate fingernails. If this paste is fired as is, it will form red bricks. So the factory coats the bricks with oxidized sand to help them fire into their most popular color, red. Next, a textured roller applies a pattern to the surface of the brick, because the housewives making outdoor crafts with these bricks that care about such a stupid detail want them to be ribbed for their pleasure. Then a large knife guillotines the brick into bite-sized pieces. You might be
All right, everybody. I am tired as fuck, so I'm gonna go watch Flow stream. He's back. He just went live. I cannot, for some reason, and I've been working on it in the background forever, and I keep trying to get it fixed, but it will not work for me. I cannot do raids. So just go and watch the link. Click on the link, the Flow's channel. I just posted it. Go over there. Give him a shout out. I'm going to end it because I am EP as hell. You guys have a good night.
Peace. And Tropicana gets its roof torn off, Tropicana Stadium that the Tampa Bay Rays play in. And if you look into it, Tropicana orange juice was created in 1947 at the same time the U.S. military did their first ever experiment on a hurricane. You guys can look it up, 1947, first experiment on a hurricane. Bradenton, Florida is where Tropicana orange juice was created. In Bradenton. So you just happen to have Anderson.
I can have non-sexual orgasms within my body, pleasures that I didn't know were possible. Fuck yeah.
There's another short hat.
You deserve that, wrestler.